Good evening, and welcome to the Doom City of Granitegard here on the Guardtower Presents. This is our weekly live play fantasy adventure. We stream Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Twitch, and then we place those episodes on Fridays on the Guardtower's YouTube channel for you to peruse. And, hey, do you like the show? Are you interested in joining us for our season 2? Well, you know what? We're looking for you. We have 4 different shows that we're looking to recruit additional individuals to join us here on screen. So if you think you've got what it takes, we would love to hear from you. And how would you go about contacting us on that? And I'm really glad you're asking that question there, dear viewer. You would go and join us on our Discord channel and click on the announcements and see everything it takes to get an interview and to see if maybe you could pop on here. And how would you find the Discord channel? I'm glad you've asked that as well. By going over to our Linktree address. And Linktree, you can find us at linktr.ee/. Yes, EE/.
I was
Spell it again. That is linktr.ee/dcog. I did the EE.
Thank you.
And I was hoping you would do it. My bad. Anyway,
we don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, exactly. So, what can you find there? Well, number one, you can find links to our Discord channel and keep up with everything that we're doing on that. You can also find links to the Guardtower's Twitch and their YouTube channel and everything that we have as far as social media goes. So join us today. Let us know what you think. And if you could give us a follow here on Twitch or a like and subscribe on YouTube, we would certainly appreciate that. It doesn't take you too long on that, but it certainly means a whole lot to us. And if you've already done so, we certainly appreciate it all the way. And tonight's adventure, we are going to be having minis from Chris Wolfgang over at Glittering Cave Studio, as well as Tony Thefferson, and a good friend of mine, Spider J2, has given us a mini to put on the show this evening for our group's pleasure.
Suspicious.
What does it mean?
Suspicious, yes. And Chris Fields has provided an excellent battle map for us tonight. And our friends over at Pocket Bart, of course, got us covered on the background music and sound effects. If you haven't done so today, head over to the Apple App Store or the Google Play, and you can download that yourself and bring a little music and excitement to your own table. And if you are interested in strategy games, role-playing games, card games, dice, minis, paints, accessories, brushes, the whole 9 yards, where can you find that? Well, you can head over to the Guardtower, either the east or west location. Head over to the east one. It is right off of 270 on Main Street. Super easy to get to. They have a wonderful role-playing community there. And, of course, access to all the goodies as far as your games go. Or you can join them at the west location, which is going to be moving right here to where the studios are very shortly. And that is going to be located off of Nike Drive, off of Hilliard Rome Road. So hop on to their website. And what website would that be? That would be theguardtower.com. Amazing as far as that goes. Yes, again, theguardtower.com, which again, you can also browse that to see what wonderful merchandise they have available and check out their gaming communities, but also keep posted as this new store location gets ready to open up. I do believe that takes care of the announcements that I had this week. Roger, is there anything that I missed?
Beautiful, eloquent, concise. Well done, Will. Kudos.
Eloquent, yes, that was a word I would associate, not with but I'm ready to roll some dice. You guys ready?
Yes.
All right, let's go ahead and roll our intro, and then we'll get into the next.
Say no.
Once the seat of economic and political power in the Northern Territories, the city of Granitegard fell in one catastrophic moment of terror and bloodshed. In the quiet hours of the night, the massive granite mesa that served as the city's namesake exploded violently, the debris reducing entire swaths of the city to ruin. Before the inhabitants could even comprehend what had happened, they were blindsided by an army of monstrosities surging from the sewers and into the city streets. The militia valiantly attempted to protect the fleeing citizens, but their efforts were futile against the overwhelming tide of bloodthirsty creatures. And in the midst of the chaos, the city gates slammed shut, turning Granitegard into a death trap for anyone that remained behind the high, fortified walls that had been meant to protect them. For over a decade, it has stood as silent as a tomb and shrouded in a perpetual mist. No one has entered, and nothing human has ever come out. That is, until now. 12 years to the day since the fall of Granitegard, the Trader's Gate has opened. The news has spread like wildfire across the human crescent. And like a siren's call, fortune hunters from far and wide have been drawn by the possibility of untold riches lying just inside the city walls. Daring the foolish and the brave to risk it all at a chance of wealth beyond their wildest dreams. It has also stirred the interest of old rivals. With no one from the original bloodline to claim the mantle of leadership of Granitegard, plans are forming in the dark. Powerful forces seek to play their games of state, as the lives of everyone in the north hangs in the balance. And in the midst of this all, 6 strangers have been drawn to Granitegard by something other than riches or power. Their destiny is tied to the events surrounding the fall of the city. Each of them must confront the past in order to find a way forward. Each of them must search for answers in the doomed city of Granitegard.
And welcome back. We're going to do a recap before we get into tonight's adventure. Returning to the Nostrum estate, Anna and the party sought out her family's lost fortune, as well as the hidden store of information cached by her father, who was the former spy master to the sovereign of Granitegard. The return home was filled with both pleasant memories as well as painful truths for our young paladin. Finding the clock, the party managed to figure out how to activate the secret entrance to Anna's father's study. And taking a trip to the magical mirror, they found themselves in a place somewhere below the manor house. The study was filled with all manner of items and activities left over from the life of her father, and it was nearly frozen in time from a decade prior. In the center of the room, they discovered a towering crystal very similar to the ones that they had encountered before. However, this one was much larger in its scale, and they deduced that this was the reason for the strange weather effects that seemed to encompass the grounds of the estate, giving it spring-like temperatures, even though the rest of the north appeared to be in the winter grips. From inside the crystal, something begged to be freed. And Anna, sensing that the entity itself wasn't evil, shattered the crystalline prison of the soul chamber and released the heart of the mountain, which was an elemental claiming to be the ruler of its kind, and as a reward for her kindness, the heart of the mountain granted Anna an eternal flame and promised that if she needed his assistance, she could call on him in the future. And as joyous as this was, the party also discovered the body of Anna's father. Having been attacked by the mother Algar many months ago, he had passed from his injuries. Anna and Mary buried the body in the garden of the estate, with Anna staying behind to say goodbye to a very complicated man that she was only beginning to understand. And as the day drew to a close, Anna brought the party a plethora of wine and cheese from her family stocks that had somehow managed to remain intact. Everyone, including Steve and Skeech's new goblin allies, allowed themselves a bit of time to relax and enjoy the festivities. Well, that's everyone except for Damon, who remained quite aloof and alert during this time.
And only 2 people remain mostly okay.
Come in the morning, our party prepared to check out the Great Library before leaving town, as the notes from for Anna's father had indicated something very important was buried beneath. And it is here where we begin tonight's adventure. And as we had last left off, Damon is crouched in front of the trunk. And working with his tools, he pops the lock. You can hear it release, Damon, a nice click sound. And your tools now come free. What are you doing?
Excuse me.
I'll open it.
Open up the trunk. You can see over the top of it, it looks to be a layer of cloth, silk. Appears to be tucked around the edges and preventing you from seeing anything beneath that.
I will remove the silk.
All right, so you pull back the silk, just grab it and pull it back.
Sure, yeah, why not?
All right, pull it back, and nothing happens to you that is terrible or anything else. Actually, what you see is a lot of documents that appear to be folded and sealed with a family crest on there. Below that, you can't really see unless you begin pulling the documentation out.
I'm gonna whistle for Anna to come over.
Okay, I'll come join Damon and begin starting to move and categorize the documents.
All right.
Yeah.
As you begin pulling them out, you can see these are all very much legal documents of some way, shape, or form. Given the fact that they have the seal of the Nostrum family crest on there, as well as a seal from the courthouse here in Granitegard as well. But unless you decide to break the seals and look into them, it would be hard to tell what's inside the documentation.
Great.
After you pull all the documents down and kind of set them aside, you can look down, and there are 10 or so bags sitting at the bottom of the trunk. Each one of them appears to be made out of a very fine leather. There's yay tall. They are bound with other bonds that hold them, whatever the interior is. And that's all you see currently in the trunk. What are you doing first?
Yeah, do they jingle?
You're going to grab one of them out?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll a d10 and tell me what number you have.
Okay, all right.
This is for what note it is on the C major scale.
Yeah, it's a 7.
7. You reach in and grab one of the bags, and as you pull it out, it does not make a jingling sound. It makes kind of like a rock-style sound. Hold on.
All right, everyone do your idling motion. This
Yeah.
is what we practiced.
Oh, mine.
You Waluigi? No, I heard wow.
Speaking of intellectual property.
Oh no!
One more time.
Hey, it's me,
Hopefully,
Mario. Come see my movie.
hopefully my voice is coming through at this point in time. Again, as you lift the bag up, it is quite heavy, and as you are kind of feeling around the bag, it seems to have lots of pointy edges and makes almost a sliding kind of clinking noise rather than a jingling noise.
Incredible. I would like to look inside.
All right, you take the leather binding off and open up. It is filled with all kinds of gems of varying quality and cuts.
Incredible. Amazing. Yeah, and I'd like to investigate the rest of the bags. Just
As you begin looking through the rest of the
Yeah.
bags, 6 of the bags are bags of coins divided into various regions of the world, and there are various denominations that will be found within those regions. You're guesstimating that the value of each based off of Granitegard currency would be around 1,000 gold pieces a pop as far as the bags themselves go, like total within the bag.
Okay.
And again, each one seems to be varying currencies from around, like Damon, you recognize the currency from down around where Dahat is. Revan, across the Western Kingdom, you can see several different types that are in there. There are also coins from the Concordance, so multiple different types. The other bags appear to be filled, 2 more with gems, and then there are 2 more bags. One is filled with not cheap jewelry, but less masterwork style jewelry, silver and gold, bands and things along those lines. The other one is filled with masterwork style jewelry that is gem encrusted. So estimating what you have in value here is probably in the neighborhood of about 15,000 in gold.
Ooh.
So I was moping, but now I've suddenly become really interested in what's going on over there. So what's in the chest here?
Just lots of money. That's all. And gems. Actually, I think that this necklace is really your color. Oh my god.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You seem really surprised to find a lot of golden gems in here. I thought you and your family were just kind of bathing in gold.
Well, I mean, for sure. Well, not like just on Tuesdays, but yeah, no, but never. Just it's a lot all in one place.
Vaughn starts to grab the documents. You all right? These
Yeah.
are gems. And starts to begin to look at what you have here.
Yeah.
You look into the documentation?
100%.
Okay, as you begin breaking the seals on that, they are filled with various deeds. There's a deed to the estate here. There's a deed to the import-export house and its associated property. There are several other properties around the city of Granitegard that the father apparently either owned a complete interest in or a 50% share in. The other name that is attached to the 50% shares would be from Lord Arendelle, which in this case would entitle Wyatt to the other 50% of those estates. There's also the titles to a small fleet of merchant marine vessels, as well as the will and testament for the mother and father to the estates.
Small fleet of merchant marine vessels, you say?
That's what I heard.
Oh my.
So these and who are those two? There's just the deed, whoever has that.
It is currently in the family name,
Okay.
but
In
technically, like most deeds and stuff like that go, you could probably, if you had the paperwork, find a magistrate somewhere that could switch the deed over.
Or if you had a forgery kit. No reason.
it's just yeah.
There's a lot more value here than just the coins and the gems. And having like cracked some of these open, like points out the high notes of all of them, so you don't have to skim through the legal jargon.
Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, this is wonderful. Okay, and the will is what we need to establish my birthright, so that we can get you on the throne, and also free my siblings. Right? This is.
We may need some assistance moving some things around if they were not explicitly stated into your name, but this is the step. This is what we came for.
Excellent. Yeah, go ahead. I would like to read the will, just to see, how all that.
Basically, you are in charge of the estate, and as far as the information goes on there, it is primarily bequeathed unto you, and you are charged with taking care of your siblings. And then when they reach the adulthood, that they should have an equal share.
Okay. Heck yeah.
But up until that point, are you two okay? Here's a joy, I'm assuming.
Now, the deed is really important because that's gonna, as you said, establish your credentials, as it were, which you can then lend to our friend Vaughn. But I still think that we're gonna run into some problems because it still is only a piece of paper. I think them golden gems is the other thing that we need.
Yes.
I know it's not my money to spend, it's your family fortune, but I think we need to give that money to the people of Granitegard in a similar fashion to our friend King George.
This is a surprisingly altruistic move.
Well, don't give me too much credit. What better way to sway people to our cause than with a little bit of gold?
I must say, I wholeheartedly agree with the Reverend's idea, but I echo that this is all yours. The decision is yours as well.
Well, I think as long as we have enough to settle my father's debt and free my siblings, I can't think of a more fitting use. But first we need to get back.
Right. Yes, we're in a terrible place with terrible things.
Right, folks need to not get eaten by
Yes.
eldritch abomination.
Yes.
Among other things, yes.
Is there any sort of like seal or seal ring in there?
Inside of there?
Yeah.
No.
Oh no. This was okay. When I was looting my father's body, I would have grabbed the ring if I had seen it. Just like, because that did canonically happen.
That body.
Yeah. Just like,
You
no?
did not see his ring.
Oh.
Have we searched the desk?
That's a great idea. Yes.
There's no seal ring, but is there a sea lion ring?
Ooh.
You do not see a sea lion ring.
Otter ring?
If you want
otter.
to give me a let's say wisdom and history real fast, check on that.
Yeah.
Or actually no, I would say perception. Let's see if let's go with perception.
Cool. Okay, perception. Yeah, okay, that's a natural 2.
Natural 2, never mind.
Oh
Okay.
man.
Rough.
Okay.
We shoot rats. I feel that would have been really nice to know, I bet.
So are we looking in the underground area still?
Yes.
Wasn't there an office here as well?
The study is the office area, the whole
Yeah.
room that you all are in.
Never mind then.
Okay.
All right. Well, shoot. I feel like there's something that I'm missing that's probably pretty obvious, but shall we just get packed up and head out?
Consider made of.
The seal ring?
Yeah.
Do I know what the seal is? Do I?
You remember seeing it on your father's hand?
Okay.
It was definitely had gold and several rubies on it.
Great.
But the seal itself, as far as like what you would press into the wax and that sort of thing,
Yeah.
Appeared to be a more silvery style metal.
Okay. Great. I describe it to Skeech and everyone. Yeah.
Quick question. Back at the scene where it seemed like he escaped and Algar and Emmerich were taken, did it seem like there was like he escaped getting captured, or that he wasn't seen at all? Because
It seemed like he escaped getting captured. Like whomever they had engaged, they allowed him. Algar and Paladin Chrysler bought him the time to get out and get away.
Okay. 'Cause I was thinking there is a chance that maybe he was robbed before he got away, and that wherever the bodies of our people are.
If the party wants to make a collective memory check, I will let you do that. Since everybody will be trying to rack their brains now that you know what you're trying to think of.
Yeah.
I will let one person make the roll. You get to make it with advantage. Who do you
Great.
wish to make the roll?
I
look like you are.
It's a. Yeah.
Vaughn, you want to take it? It would be history check.
Yes,
Yes.
let Vaughn take it.
Yes, please.
Probably wrote it down somewhere.
Yeah.
In that massive
But
journal.
possibly, actually.
Yeah.
Ooh, a 26.
26. As you're describing it, Vaughn, something ticks in the back of your head, and you remember seeing something very, very similar on Mirwin's hand.
Oh. Yes, good news and bad news.
Oh, good. Good. Oh, I can't wait to hear. What have you learned?
With the description, so clean, so accurate. I have remembered something. Your good friend Mirwin.
Ah.
I think I may have noticed it on their hand,
Oh. Oh, good.
which
good,
means we know
Good.
where it's at.
Good. Yes.
And also, I'd be more than happy to help you in removing it.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm going.
that's the good news that you get to beat him up and take it.
Yes.
It's actually both good news. We know where it's at, and we get to take it.
Yes. I'm going to. I look forward to removing it from his still warm. Yeah. No. Of course. Good. We know where it is. That's the important thing.
Could I ask a point of clarification? So I'm not really sure how all these things work, but if you were to beat him up and steal it, would that then legitimize your claim or ruin it?
Unfortunately, they have martial trial has been outlawed.
Okay, so you have to declare
Yes.
a
Yeah.
duel of sorts. Okay.
I'm not sure. And then he could probably have a proxy. I don't know. It's a little archaic, but it would feel very good.
I feel like a few of us in this group are fairly capable of disappearing that man if it comes to that.
Or
Or at least the finger that's on it. We start small.
I'm just gonna hold up the bag and go, feed me.
Skeech, as you hold up the bag,
Oh, no.
Murder.
open it up to do your little feed me thing,
Yeah.
a scroll falls out of your bag.
I made it sick.
where did?
Yeah.
Where did?
Bleh.
If you unroll it, I'll read it
A
for
scroll
you.
falls out of the bag with Gildan's signature on it.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead and open that up.
Who's it from?
Which one?
I know. Oh, I think.
Unroll
I'm
it.
gonna
Person who
just
can read.
unroll it and go. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Is
Here
that
we
the right
are.
one or is it the other one?
It's a list of things. It's a list of things. Is on what's on this scroll.
Can you read it?
I must apologize. My
hear Gildan's voice now.
Business is slow for obvious reasons. We do not wish to get in the way of your business. However, we also do not wish for you to think that we are ungrateful for the generous hospitality that you have shown to our humble caravan. And so, to demonstrate our gratitude, we have gifted to you these wondrous items to aid you in your quest. We all hope for the success of the heroes of New. And remember, whether in body or in spirit, we are never far away. Yours truly, Gildan of Gildan's Caravan of Wonders.
Skeech, when you reach into the bag, you feel stuff now that you're aware that these items are in there.
So where did this voice come from?
Well, I was kind of imagining in your head as you read the note. For those of you that could read the note, kind of imagining Anna was most probably reading that out loud for poor Skeech.
I was going to say, what if you shut it and open it back up again?
It's like one of those automatic birthday cards that start singing happy
Unfortunately,
birthday.
while the note does list the items that should be in the bag, there doesn't give a whole lot of explanation to what those items are.
So, would you like to read the items?
Oh no!
As I pull them out.
Great. Yeah. Okay. Potion of common sense. Oh, that'll be good. Potion of feeling. I'm not sure about that one.
This one's got a weird texture.
Oh, music box of inspiration. A sniff snack.
That sounds like yours.
Yes. Yarn of entanglement.
It's just one string, actually.
Bubblegum of bouncing. Ooh. An etch-a-ski.
A what? Oh, a what?
An etch-a-ski.
It seems like it's mine.
It's this strange little tablet with two little dials on it.
And a squeaking stone.
Squeaking?
Squawking.
Squawking stone. Squawking.
Words
I
are
apologize.
hard.
Words are hard. It's so true.
So just lay all this stuff out.
So you have these wondrous
Except for the
items
tablet,
sitting
which I'm
before you.
holding.
Do you begin working the dials, Skeech?
Well, obviously.
Okay. As you work the dials, a little image begins to appear as you wiggle it about. What is something you're currently thinking about?
Cute.
I am nervous.
I'm currently thinking about what I need to do to get that bag from Yip Yip.
All right. So,
So
as
the
Skeech
bag.
begins fiddling about on that, this image begins to form in a two-dimensional on the thing of Skeech taking Yip Yip's bag. And then it is suddenly projected up and off the screen of a three-dimensional, realistic-looking image of Skeech grabbing what looks like Yip Yip's bag.
How big is it?
It's size of Skeech.
Oh my.
And it lasts for about 60 seconds and then fades away.
Hold on to that bag, Yip Yip.
Did you draw that?
No.
Yes, if you look on there, there's a picture that masterwork.
I didn't know you could draw, Skeech.
Oh, this is really good work.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of how I keep track of a lot of the formula. This is different. No, I'm not gonna steal it from you.
If you wanted it that badly, I mean,
We've discussed this. There'll be a contest at some point. We'll figure it out.
okay.
You see the goblins back there winking.
No.
I'm gonna like try to shove the tablet behind me real quick.
Well, sounds like we made out pretty well here, but do we have everything that we came for?
Bags of money. Check. Jewels. Check. Will. Check. Seal ring. Soon.
I can also turn someone invisible if needed. Just take it.
Good. We'll add that we've got. Yes, I think we'll add it to the list.
It's murder.
Don't ask where on the list.
You give that question about that.
We'll
Yeah.
put that on the scale of ideas on the non-violent, which ranges also all the way up to extreme violence.
So you can turn people invisible, right?
It's
Yeah.
the brainstorming stage. I don't want to rule anything out
Yeah.
yet.
Do they have to want
Then
to be invisible?
forming.
Or let's say if somebody was unconscious, could you invisible them? Asking for a friend.
I can,
That friend.
I can just make them invisible.
make things a lot easier
Good.
to clean up.
Yeah, a
Yes,
creature you
good.
touch becomes invisible until the spell ends. Anything the target is wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it's on that person.
And Yip Yip just says a bunch of arcane words at me. I don't know what any of that meant.
It lasts up to an hour.
Okay, thank
I
you.
feel like it makes more sense if you went invisible, cut off the finger, and then hightailed it out.
Yes,
I'm
but
pretty
let's talk about the part where she can't sneak.
That's true.
I was
That's a
also
good point.
gonna say that
I want him to hear me coming. Yeah. But no,
I will also say
precision work
the
isn't really
spell
mine.
tends to end if like you run out of time or you try to cast a spell or anything or if you try to hit something.
Oh, well.
So
So if somebody was unconscious, it would work.
It
really
sounds like it
well.
would be ideal.
yes. Okay. Stick that in your back pocket.
That's with the tiles on the edges each.
Oh, that's gruesome.
I'm
sorry.
Notes.
Kid mode.
Where's the parental control?
All right.
my gosh.
Anything else you guys are doing while you're down here in the study this morning?
I just kind of want to know what these items do. We'll
Right.
find this out later.
Probably gonna have to investigate them. The other items that we found took a little bit of time to figure out what they do. Probably won't become apparent immediately.
But that doesn't mean I can't hand them out now.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Hand them out.
Deliver them.
Who gets what?
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Yeah, I was playing cards with some fellas one time. They're pretty big fans of sniff snacks.
Yeah. If
Are you
not-
asking for the sniffs now?
No, I don't. I stay away from the stuff.
So it sounds you sound like you might know what it is then.
It's probably not what I'm thinking about. It's probably something different. This wasn't really magical, although it made you very confident.
Did they call us something different at the Temporal Isles?
Yeah, they did.
So, anything else that we're doing this morning?
I'm going to hand
Choose.
the Reverend the music box of inspiration. It jingled, and you have a jingly appearance to you. So
Oh, thank you.
All right. As you do so, anybody that's within 15 feet of the Reverend suddenly feels very inspired by the boisterous tune that the Reverend is generating by opening the box and it plays. And for the next round, you would have received a bonus to attack and damage.
Wow.
Once per short rest.
I'm glad I used it. I'm trying to
Please pass that.
close the box.
It closes very nicely.
to Damon, I will bequeath the potion of feeling.
I knew it.
Potion of feelings. All right.
Drink it, maybe you'll become a real boy then.
There's only one use to it, so whenever you decide to get the feels.
Ruh-roh.
I don't know
You
if
gave it
ever
to the
will.
wrong character,
think he's
but
ever
all
gonna
right.
To Echo, I will give the yarn of entanglement.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to give me the potion of common sense. I was going to say that.
No, the potion of common sense goes to Yip
That's
Yip.
already
Well,
But I figured you have a lot of questions. You know,
Actually-
most people know them, but you know, down in the cave, it's not your fault. It might come in handy. If you don't want it, I'll keep it. That's fine.
You live in a cave.
And I will like
I'll
slowly pull it back.
I'll take it.
Are you sure?
it's
Yeah.
not an insult.
What?
I'm gonna keep this edge skeech. It's got my name on it, I think.
Here,
Yeah.
I think it feels appropriate.
Yeah.
let's pass that over this way. For Skeech.
Anna will be receiving the snip snack.
So extreme
right.
confidence.
So as you look at the sniff snack, it looks like a dog's snout, but it's a cookie. Like it's shaped like a dog's snout that has some icing on it that looks quite appetizing.
Does it, I sniff it. Does it smell like a dog treat?
It smells very delicious and inviting.
No. So, okay,
The
I'm
question
gonna
is,
say
if it
that.
tastes like a dog
Yeah.
treat snack.
I don't know what a dog treat. I've never, had.
To Mary, I will give the bubblegum of bouncing.
All right. You can chew it and find out, but it only has one use.
Snip Snack was like,
I would assume
It's
Tavon, I will give
one time
a
use.
stern look.
I accept this graciously.
You get a rock. And I hand him the squawking stone.
All right.
I feel
What
like
are you gonna do with the what do you do with your squawking stone?
Charlie Brown.
I'm gonna hold it and look at it,
It's a pretty looking rock.
and then I'm gonna shake it,
Nothing happens, doesn't make any sound or anything like that.
and then I'm gonna whisper sweet nothings into it.
And Vaughn apparently now has a pet rock.
What do you do with rocks? You throw them. That's how it works, right?
I guess
Or you make it your bestie.
Give it a toss.
you want me to throw it?
No, I want you to toss it.
Oh. And I like move back like 20 feet away from Skeech, and I like give it a light toss over towards Skeech.
All right. As the rock hits the ground in front of Skeech, he just
With the frying pan.
and for the next 30 seconds, Skeech proceeds to beat on this thing with the frying pan, and it doesn't stop until the 30 seconds is up.
I cover it. After the first strike doesn't work, I just put the frying pan over and sit on it. I thought it was gonna grow into a chicken. I thought it was an egg. Okay.
Oh,
Sounds like
thank you for the chicken rock.
Vaughn. Stretch.
Oh, that's
is
so
fun.
stupid.
I'm gonna go set up the yarn of entanglement at the exit, and I'm just gonna wait and see what happens.
All right. What you're looking at is a very small, ordinary piece of yarn contained in a small pouch. And as you're looking at it, go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw.
Where is Anna in position?
It really depends. Everybody kind of backed away from the squawking chicken thing. I'm not sure where people went.
I probably maybe followed Echo to get a break from the noise.
All right, then a plus 5. You would
Okay,
have
good.
yeah.
That'll bring it up to a 16.
16. All right. You save against it, but you still find yourself strangely attracted to this thing. And Anna, are you next to it? Go ahead and give me a wisdom saving throw as
Oh
well.
yeah, for sure.
Where are you?
Echo, you look flush.
Oh no.
yo, that yarn.
Great. Cool. So that's a total of 11.
All right. Anna really is trying to get this away from you, by the way.
I just think, maybe I should just see it.
I just start growling at her.
So for the next minute, Anna is completely obsessed with trying to get this string away from you.
I'm just I'll trade you the cookie, Echo. I will trade you the cookie. I just
cookie.
It's
No trading.
I just really.
I've got a rock.
Feel like this rope.
Oh.
We just.
I'm going to run away and run up a wall.
Great. I'm just gonna be at the bottom of the wall. Echo, just come down. I've seen the light. I'm reasonable now. Give me the rope, Echo.
The bottom of the room, you try to push him.
I got you, and I throw the squawking stone over in your general direction. I've gone to diversion, now run! I'm looking up at the wall I'm on.
Hold on.
This was a good.
Hold on.
It's climbing into the corner.
Echo.
Yeah?
Right, so you're still trying to get the rope, right?
Just isn't been safe, but yeah, for the whole minute, I am.
I'm just kicking at your.
Echo, just be reasonable.
I have common sense!
I'm gonna look right into the fourth wall and go, thank you, Gildad.
You're sure somewhere, but you're not sure where. Gildan is watching you thinking, you're welcome.
These aren't the magic items we need, but they're the magic items we deserve.
That is so true.
I love it.
We earned this with our choices.
Yes.
Should we get going then?
Let's put this away.
Right. Description.
Unfortunately, there doesn't appear to be any descriptions on any of these. You're not sure if Gildan left those out on purpose or whether he accidentally forgot to include the descriptions. But you do know Gildan does have quite an interesting
Instructions.
Yeah.
No, they're not
interesting
in
sense
here.
of humor.
It's like herbs in a video game. You just have to eat them.
What it look like?
Your potion Wait, which one do you have? Which,
She has the
The
gum.
bubble gum of
Oh,
conversation.
it is this beautiful purple wrapper of some nature. You're not quite sure what the wrapper is made out of, and on either end, it is tied with this golden-looking string. And as you kind of peel the wrapper back a little bit, there's this beautiful ball of chewing gum.
Okay. And I assume it'll make me.
Smells delicious.
Gonka.
Smells fun.
Jimmy Gonka.
I will choose when I have a lack of fun in my life.
All right.
Echo, you can come down now. I'm feeling better. I don't know what came over me. Ha ha ha. It's done.
Yeah, I believe you. I can. Not good.
I can see what this evening is going to be heading. All right. So, you all finish up in the basement there. Obviously, the study. Are you guys having breakfast or anything before you head out?
Yeah.
We could eat on the road
We could do with that.
Yeah.
to go.
Well, so I don't think that's a great
To go
idea.
cheese.
The aroma.
Yeah.
How about some to-go wine?
That is a worse idea.
Brody.
All right, I've been really
I-
nice, but we all do really smell like alcohol and cheese.
Oh, you say that like that's a bad thing.
Well,
Oh, right.
not much has changed for you, Rev, but you got cheesier.
I don't think to go wine
See,
is a
that's-
good idea.
That's the thing.
It's a potion of vitality.
I feel like you should try to pull
A
that
name
at
for
somebody who
it.
doesn't make those.
Maybe some light fare, and then we hit the.
Well, at this point, Skeet, you know I don't make them either. Be like, we've all understood this. So, like I said, they're potions of vitality.
Okay.
No, I will not be taking questions at this time.
Which one is the courage?
All of them.
All right. Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So I take it back out through the mirror.
Yeah, with all as many documents as I can carry and all the bags.
In the duffel bag.
Oh yeah, and the duffel bag
Put them
and
in
the
new
jewels.
one, the new
Yeah.
bag.
The new
The
bag.
new
not
bag that's
glitter.
no glittery.
Yes.
Right.
Here.
So
Thank
you
you.
put them all into the bag that Yip Yip currently has?
Yes.
Okay.
And the gems and the coins.
And the gems and the coins and anything that Vaughn
All of
thinks.
them.
And food and cheese
Yeah.
and wine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And cheese and wine.
Sure. Yes, and cheese
Yip,
and wine.
no, Yip Yip pulls it away before the cheese and the wine.
No!
I saw how you guys were when you were drinking.
I only had a glass.
You guys were horrible.
Hey, you were drinking too.
Yeah, but I was fine. I don't know what was going on with you
If
guys.
you control the bag, you control the wine. So it's still your call,
Okay, that's fair.
right?
And I
Until the bag is mine.
And I think Yip Yip, really the thing is that we just need more practice to be as able to handle it as well as you. So I just think that we should have access to it in order.
That was the
to
first
build
time I
up
ever
our-
drank.
This
Then
is
you're
what-
natural. We're not so lucky.
It's like Vaughn's like still handing over the paperwork. It's like the deeds and everything. Like Fane's pulling one open. Well, it says here, Anna, that wine and that cheese belongs to you. So I think that's really Anna's decision.
Yip, yes, wine and cheese.
Our human
Thank you, Yip
companions
Yip.
like to do this thing called lying. It's easier if we just go along with it.
Speak for yourself.
I'm
We
just
can
gonna
no such
not let
thing.
them use this stuff yet.
we would never.
Yeah.
As I try and grab the rope from Echo.
I will not hide my good
I
name
try and
this
spike your hand.
way.
They're very strong, so if they want it, they might take it. So just keep that invisibility thing ready.
All right. So
On
out
your
of the
side here.
out of the study, you all again cross through the mirror. As you come out, you can feel the house has definitely grown very cold. The chittering inside again is gone as far as the animals and stuff. You can see your breath as you step out inside here. Definitely not as cold as the exterior is going to be, but again, the house has adapted to the absence of the heat from the heart of the mountain. Go back out and into the ballroom area itself, and as you look out of the window, the grand window of the ballroom, you have a view of the grounds. They're now transformed by the clutches of winter. The snow that has fallen during the evening has basically put this white coating over everything out there. You don't really see any footprints But as you marvel at this transformation, there's movement that catches your eyes, and you shift your gaze up from the back of the property of the manor house and look out across the bay, and you can see that along the back end of the massive seawall where the docks are, there are now several boats moored out there. And you can also notice that the interior gates that were closed when you first got here are now partially open enough that would have let these vessels through. There's definitely activity going on those docks over there, but as to what it is, the distance really prevents you from really getting a good view unless you had some way of magnifying your view.
Enhance.
Enhance.
Okay, you pull out your the spyglass there.
Put the yarn in my mouth so and I can't get to it.
All right.
I was able to give that up so easily.
As you look at through the spyglass at the activity that's going on over there, again, there are several boats, or 3 boats that have pulled up. There's a larger one and 2 that are roughly the same shape and size. As to what type of boats they are, it's hard for you to tell. They do not look like war vessels, but they definitely look like they are built for transit, and they are relatively sleek looking. And looking at it, they are multi-mast on them with several sails on each of the mast. While they are very capable looking, they still possess this quality about them. It looks like they were constructed by a very capable craftsman, some group of people that must be very skilled with the sea. Coming off of the boats, you can see that there are a collection of hobgoblins and bugbears and other creatures along those lines that are working to unload the boats. There seem to be supplies as well as looks like new arrivals from what you can see on there. Again, a lot of dark speakers, but as well, there appear to be humans coming off of these boats that are dressed in arms and armor. At the same time, you can also see that there are unwilling new arrivals that are arriving in chains that are being brought off the boat as well. And you do also notice that there are 2 groups that appear that these unwilling participants are being led towards. One is a cluster of undead that begin to ring around the new arrivals, and the other is a group of those plague doctor looking individuals. And as the people come up, they are definitely much more organized than what the undead are. They immediately begin clasping them in manacles of their own design and linking them together and assembling them for what looks like to be brought wherever they're going to take them.
Do I recognize any of the prisoners?
No, you don't recognize any of the prisoners, and most of them do not appear to be dressed for the weather here.
Looks like they're probably going to be taken to the physician or the bishop.
Yeah, I relay what I saw. Ships here is certainly unusual, but these prisoners look like to either be food or experiment. So
Skeech and Yipit, there's a scroll that I gave you. You can open that up.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh boy.
It's
Oh, no.
me, Gildan.
those items are
What is,
in 60 seconds.
Fortunately, this is for you to read and you would know, but this wouldn't be something you would actually your character be reading. This is just knowledge that you would have. So, anything else that you're doing at this moment?
Are there any flags on the ship that any identifying features?
Each one of them does have the same flag draping from it with a very odd-looking symbol on it that you've not seen before. As far as like when Ehko describes it, you're not quite sure what it is. Reverend or Damon might be able to recognize it if they were to look at it. The description seems like something that you might have thought of. And Damon, as you look at it, doesn't take you too long, but you do recognize that these are definitely the Temero pirates. It is very much their symbol that you see on there.
What you see in the scope, Damon?
Pirates
Pirates?
from the Timor Islands.
Oh, yeah. I've hung out with them.
No, you didn't.
Before.
No, you
I
did
definitely-
not.
I
No.
did. Okay. I heard about them.
That I do believe.
They normally take prisoners like this?
Oh, absolutely. This is normal. Surprised they're all the way up here, though.
Yeah, they don't look dressed for the weather, any of them.
I do know that boats do show up from time to time, but not very often. Maybe like every few months to a year. Sometimes more often, but that's not that common.
How well organized are they?
Would I know that information?
As a collective, the pirates have pulled off some pretty vicious maneuvers as far as raiding fleets and things like that. Not too terribly often, but if they collect themselves together, they are a formidable fleet. The pirates themselves, basically, it's a lifetime of combat on the seas. Their entire existence is pretty much privateering, raiding villages, things along those lines. They are frightening as far as things go, and they are very much known to trade in the worst of possible professions. Even the Way refused to work with them. So, yeah, as a matter of fact, you guys pretty much despise these individuals.
Sound like bad dudes.
I'll relay that information to...
Because I'm wondering if this is like a shipment pattern that Yip Yip's describing. If they're only here once every few months, maybe we can figure out when their next delivery is. Something. We can get to the prisoners before them.
Does it look like they're in cahoots with the fellows with the creepy masks?
From your observation, it doesn't look like this looks like a very... This is definitely not their first rodeo. This is something that seems to be a very set up transaction that is going on. There are also things being brought onto the vessel that look to be probably gold by the chest and things along those lines, or treasure of some nature. It's hard to tell what's in there, but they appear to be very heavy as the individuals are carrying them back aboard as the living cargo is transferred off. The willing participants, again, all appear to be dark speakers and those humans wearing whatever strange armor that is. You don't recognize that. Neither did you, Damon, recognize that armor. You've not seen that. But then again, you haven't seen the whole world, so it's kind of... It could be somewhere that you've just not visited.
Did any of the humans have any kind of garment or anything that would indicate they're higher ranking than the rest of them?
You don't really know exactly what you're looking for, but what you would have observed is that there would have been representatives walking over and speaking with the Perfected and some other individuals there. So you're guessing those are either the interpreters or maybe the leadership of these new arrivals.
Well, seems like we're just having a meeting of all the bad actors in this part of the world. But I don't know. Granitegard fell, and humans all left or were corrupted in some way. Now these folks moving in.
About how far away is this? Like, are we in danger of being seen?
They would not be able to see you inside the house across the interior bay.
But if we went outside the house?
They would probably have to look in your direction. The reason you guys were spotting them is you're looking out at the yard, looking out across the bay.
Out the
and
window.
The ship out, yeah, through the big window, looking out, you would see the ships there in the docks. More than likely, they would probably not notice you unless you try to do something very overt to gain attention.
Okay.
Doesn't matter. Sorry, it doesn't mean that entirely rules it out. But if you were to go out in the back area there, you're guessing there's probably a high likelihood they would not spot you again, unless you're looking to really try to draw attention.
Cool.
But to get there, it is either you swim across the bay, or you would have to go skirt around the city of Granitegard, cross over one of the two bridges that would lead next to the mesa, come up around the mesa, and then over to the docks. So, Vaughn, you would be aware of where these are, and so would you as well, on that honor.
afraid there's not much we can do with this information except for be aware that it seems like they have more allies than we anticipated. To be honest, maybe I'm naive saying this, but I'm a little bit shocked. Even as terrible as these pirates are, as you've described, Damon, I didn't think they would partner and do this to these people here with us. That's a lesson learned.
We're gonna have to come back, try to free those people.
Garbage.
But I agree that not much we can do about it now.
They don't know how many of them will be left if they're taken to those places.
Some of them looked like they were pretty much just being fed to whatever is there. The experimented ones we might be able to save, but if we're too late, that could just be another foe.
I hate to say this, it feels harsh, but we can't even, we don't even know how to get there from here. They're very far away. Whole city of monsters in between us and them.
I don't think we can save them.
The only thing we can do is keep going on our quest and put a stop to the evil affecting this city, and that's the best we can do.
We need more allies. We need to bring more individuals to our cause. We need to be able to storm that side of the docks, that side of the bay. We need to bring people to support us, to help us. We can't do this alone.
Where do you suppose that fleet of boats that deed mentions are?
I hate to think that they're the ones that we saw sunk in the bay.
I was also a little concerned about that, but it's possible that some of them were out and about on business, and maybe not all of them sunk.
Whether or not it's an easy conversation to have, Wyatt might be able to lend some assistance. They may know more information than we didn't know to ask these questions last time we spoke.
Of course, and we can also, and he should know that he has shared, we should give him access to the documents and the deeds that he's partial owner of.
Doesn't he have enough wealth?
Well, I mean, and to be perfectly honest, a lot of these are for, I don't want to say that this neighborhood's run down, but the value maybe isn't what it was originally. So.
Are you saying we should get into the market now while we can?
I think so. I think this is the time to buy. And my commission is very reasonable. Yeah, exactly.
Get in on the ground floor of an amazing opportunity.
Yeah.
Well, your ground floor looked to be a wreck. I do apologize.
Well, Owlbear moved in. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Maybe one restoration at a time.
Yeah.
Well, having a private navy certainly would aid our cause, so yeah, we should definitely ask Wyatt about that next time we see him.
Sounds like maybe the best thing we can do to help is to get you on the throne.
First, the library.
Yes.
Then we see where to go next.
Baby steps.
Anna, I know this has been probably a strange mix of feelings for you to be here. Are you ready to leave?
Oh yeah, it's fine. I'm great. Super. Fantastic.
You're a bad liar.
I don't believe you.
I am
Let me leave the subterfuge to me.
I am actually so good at lying when I have to. I just really, I'm just so comfortable with you guys and I hate it. But yeah, it's just I guess I don't know if I'll ever be ready to stay or go. So the time doesn't really seem to be that much of a deciding factor. With my emotional process, but the city, the apocalypse, so those do seem to be time dependent.
Changes the order of operations.
Exactly, yeah. Repress now, process later. Yeah. I think it's our family crest, actually.
Saying that you could just bottle up those feelings
I think so.
into a potion.
You just, yeah. Oh, yes, exactly. And then at a later date, maybe when you're feeling it, you could.
Maybe you could share
Right
with
behind me, isn't
David.
he?
Even I can't make a potion like that.
I will be standing right behind Peach.
You really know how to make a guy feel small.
Yes.
While you guys are talking, Ehko is beginning the casting of his Pass with No Trace.
And Skeech, as Damon has appeared behind you there, what you do notice is that your goblin cohorts have all backed far away, and they're just like,
Yeah. We're just gonna like right on his shin, just like, right up. Let's get going there, big guy.
Come on, slugger.
all right.
It's a good dad
You
speech moment.
As you begin backtracking your way out of the house,
Yeah.
you come back through the dining room area and into the hallway, from the hallway into your father's parlor, and then into the library. And as you come back out in that hallway that will connect all of that, who has the alert feature?
Uh-oh.
Oh, why? Why do you need to
Neither
know?
one of you will be subject to the surprise attack that
Oh,
occurs.
no.
Let's go ahead and bring them on the board, please. And if you all are kind of cramped in this hallway, both of
Bunch
you
of people group hugging.
feel it before it happens.
You know, I just
Can they
feel like
see
there's
us?
Something so comforting and relaxing about being home, even
With
though
the
I
plus 10
know
stealth?
we're in the middle of a city.
Yeah, you know it's run down. And
It's
it's
not
kind of
that
a nice
hard to
place.
watch.
It's very quite comforting.
People walk right in front of you.
I just feel like nothing bad could happen here.
I am one of the trees. Who's to say I'm not one of the
I'm
floorboards too?
surprised, of course, because all of my focus is on Damon and keeping like a 35-foot distance between us.
Cramped
It's a
in the
good
interior of
distance.
this section, you all are caught off guard by the attack that comes, and it comes from all angles at once. The
Blasted.
only two that will not be subject again are going to be Mary and Damon. The rest of you will basically be sitting out for the first round as this happens. But I would like you all to go ahead and roll initiative.
I am conditioned surprised.
Above 10.
Back in
My dice will roll above 10. So good at this.
It's not looking swell.
All right, we're going to start from the top, and we're going to go 21 to 25, please.
Hold on,
22.
please.
22.
As I'm surprised for just a moment. I
21.
was already on guard because of Damon.
Each.
Not
and
bad.
Mary.
Not that high.
Anybody between 21 and 25? Anybody else? All right. We're going to go 19 through 20. Okay, nobody 19 through 20. All right, we're going to go, sorry, not 19 through 20. Oh, wow, 19 through 20, that's a very short section there.
got a
16 through 20,
19.5.
let's try that again. 16 through 20. Okay,
16.
16. Nobody else?
Don't shame
All
as
right.
well.
I am shaming you. I'm actually going to liking it because it's kind of like, my normal rolls on there. It's fantastic. All right, let's look at 11 through 15, please. Damon?
15.
Oh, dice jail for the two of you.
I've been in dice
So
jail.
let's go 6 through 10.
Get you a
where's
10
the-
cup.
10 for me.
10?
9.
Okay.
Ooh, guys.
So we
Single
have Ehko
digits
roll
over
initiative.
here. Woo!
and Guy. And then we have Vaughn.
Join the club.
It's okay. You,
Wait.
We're getting to you already.
Anna,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
what did you roll?
Okay, well, it was a 3 on the. So that would be for 2. Yeah.
So a 2 for the
So a
initiative.
2, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Ah,
Anna.
great.
No.
So allowing everybody else to have their action so you can judge what's best to do in this.
Exactly, yeah.
Very good.
Yep.
All right. I'm backing you on that.
Yeah, it's a calculated.
Really, it's
The
a
rear
And
guard.
allow you
Yeah.
to go ahead and remove.
Yeah.
Let's remove this and remove that there.
Oh, no.
And let's go ahead and bring our big three to the front door as well.
Oh, a
It's gonna
big
be
spread.
great.
Oh, God.
We're gonna
Luckily,
chat. Bye.
Goblins.
All right, so
They got
rude.
my initiative, right?
we're going to go
Clearly
ahead and
they're not
deploy
from
the
around
creatures out of
here.
that room there.
Can I roll initiative for Steve, or will you do that?
Oh, that's right. Actually, Steve and the goblins on your side are basically last in the rotation on that.
Great.
But I will allow you and Skeech to roll off to see whose minions go first.
Ooh, a roll off.
You can
Organized.
have it.
Well,
More.
better than I rolled for myself.
Yeah,
All
you,
right.
you got it.
You got it.
Hey,
You
that's
say Steve is a willing participant. That's the really big difference.
Oh yeah, Steve is stoked.
I'm just like happy to be here.
As a matter of fact, Steve is
The
actually
loyal
kind of
minion.
excited about the smaller creatures. Like, so, all right.
My goodness.
Starting off here, the orcs are going to come through the door, and they are going to move. First, the larger orcs. Yeah, also go ahead and pull the ones from the stairwell out there too. Yep, sorry about that. And then they're going to go after Steve. What first of the orcs is going to plow through the doors and go after Steve.
Oh, poor Steve.
Okay, so the first orc, go ahead, just knock the doors out of the way. He just trashes those doors. They go by. Oh, they're good. That's fantastic. Just go ahead and put it in the
those
hall.
were imported.
The workmanship on these doors
Just
is
pick them up and
very
move them into the
good.
hall.
Yeah.
I doubt
Don't worry
an
about the door.
orc could
All
rip
right,
these
never
off their
mind.
hinges.
That's- All right, let's go ahead and move
Stand
into
by
the
there.
hallway there.
That quality.
Slap
The
the door.
orc.
Yeah. There's so many orcs in here.
And he is going to go after Mary, I believe.
So many being 3.
Yes, right up at Mary there. Unfortunately,
the
he will not
ward.
be able to attack as surprise this round. He's just moving forward to engage. Steve is crushed and knocked to the ground
Ruh-roh.
and is
Oh, no.
bleeding out profusely. And the goblins are going to pour out as well. They can move past their friends, and they're going to swarm Sky.
How dare you?
Oh no.
And I have
Guys, this isn't looking great.
I'm still
Two.
holding the yarn.
18.
You're telling me close proximity,
217s to
enclosed
strike Sky.
space.
18
17.
to 217s to strike Sky.
70
Everyone's
hits.
hit points are the
17.
same, right?
So all 4 of the attacks are going to land on Sky. She's
I
going
know,
to take a
right?
combined total of damage from the
Double
goblins
those.
of 24 points of damage.
Like that.
And they basically begin to just stab into her. Now the goblins that are surrounding,
Am I within 5 feet of Sky?
yes, I believe you are. I can't see.
Who's being stabbed?
My dog.
No, at this point, Sky
That is
has
not
moved
allowed.
up along the hallway from you there.
Bad dog.
All right, let's go ahead and deal with Anna currently.
Oh,
Deal with you.
Right.
We've got
I
one,
don't like this language.
two, go ahead and move
I feel so attacked
them
right now.
out. And got all 3 of
I
them.
wonder why.
So,
All right. This is a home invasion, technically.
Technically.
all right.
Could it be the sword piercing your flesh, right?
Yeah, well,
You did not have your armor up, so it's 17. So I've got 2 hits there
oh.
and a third natural 20 on that.
No!
And
Do I see this?
what's that?
You're surprised.
Where's the
That's a 3 right around.
I know.
Oh,
I
that's
know.
what it is? Okay, so 2.
Damage
That's just
Sky
each. Yeah, no, 4.
thing.
24?
That's one of Steve's goblins, isn't it? Which one? So,
Doesn't
2.
A
Oh,
third
yeah, this is
hit point.
exactly what I
Yeah.
So yes, you can see Mary from where you are, but you
But
will
I-
not be able to take any
No, it
actions at
doesn't
this
matter.
point in
Well,
time.
not even a reaction.
So Mary, you're,
Surprise.
I mean, yeah, sorry, Anna, you're also going to take 24 points of damage. Total from the goblins stabbing you. I'm going to need you to make a Constitution check.
But not my
But we
goblins.
sure said
No.
it's not a. It's not
Sorry,
a.
it's not a
save.
Constitution save. My bad.
Great. No, just wanted to.
My
Are you
fault.
That
within
was a
10 feet
thing.
of yourself?
God, I hope so.
Possibly wishes you weren't. Maybe
We
wishes
need
you
like headbands for my goblins.
I've got them as different colors. for the
Okay,
bad
awesome.
guy.
Oh, good. It's a 24.
24. You resist the
Tommy, they're
toxin.
all wearing Rambo. red
Maybe
headbands.
And
jumps.
let's go ahead and oh no, Skeech's
Put a pin in that.
one Skeech's little goblin guy. All right, so Skeech, based on your goblin there, he is going to take 2 hits from that orc that is right there behind him, and he drops.
Roll a d8 for me.
He got.
Oh, who's it
Oh,
gonna
which
be?
one is it?
is.
That is a number 2.
Grimble!
Grimble is down at this point in time. That orc is going to step
Grimble.
over the crushed body. Actually, no, he's not. Another one is going to come out of the room. He's going to get.
Is he making death saves or is he dead?
He just got pulverized. You don't know what's happened to him at this point.
How
If
much
he's in a
did you,
mist,
like,
probably not roll.
I liked him a
Yeah,
lot
so
more.
Vaughn is the one that is behind that work there.
Yeah.
Remember with the right-hand man.
That is 17
number
your
two?
AC. That
Pizza.
is- Yeah,
that would be
19.
beans.
And that is going to be
I don't think so either.
16 points of damage to Vaughn this round. And there's one more of the bad guy goblins there.
Oh, there's 2 bad guy goblins in here.
Oh, good.
One
I'm
is Skeeches
worried.
right there.
Then they're going to move out to
No.
engage Skeech's goblin. I've got a
No.
natural 20
My man.
and a 17 from those two guys
Their
there.
ACs are 45.
The ACs are 45. That is fantastic.
They combine their ACs together.
So that is going to be 18 points of
Voltron.
damage to your goblin, which I do believe is going to put him down too.
Could you roll another D8 for me, please?
Subtracting the 2, so if we roll that, we have to re-roll 4 this time.
Crunch!
That is very apropos for what just happened there. And as this
Crunch is the one
happens,
who was pushed down the stairs.
Get ready.
How Will thins out our pets.
Yeah.
Right. Got too many pets.
and
Yeah.
as this situation happens here,
I wanna
before we
bring
start and jump into the
that.
regular round, which will begin with Skeech, you see one of the goblins that is in front of Anna. That is the green goblin there. He is struck
Oh.
and falls.
Green Goblin.
He is a green goblin.
Okay.
He is struck by something that you don't
I'm going out
exactly
there with
see
Bob.
what it is on it, but he is cleaved in two
Oh.
and drops to the ground. Remove him, please.
I'm something over
Amazing.
here.
And the pieces of him are pulled back and out of your sight.
What?
Go ahead and advance that large creature up and around the corner. It is going
So
to.
wait, there's another thing that's
But
All
the,
right.
that we
listen,
can't see that's killing us?
I think it was killing
Okay.
the other thing.
We're going to start at the top of the round. Skeech, you are up.
What do I see from my angle?
From where you are, you see Anna
So you guys
directly in
get
front
off
of
the
you.
side?
You see a goblin off to Anna's side, and at the end of the hallway where you are, these hands grab the double set of doors and literally crush them into the wall as this three-headed ogre thing begins pressing into the hallway towards Anna.
We're closed.
And behind you
You're uninvited.
is
You're
behind you
not
is
allowed.
Damon, and kind of staggered in between where you're standing are two other of your goblins. Goblin, nope, not him. Goblin 7 and Goblin. Did we already kill 2? Yeah, 2's
Yes.
been removed from the.
No.
Oh,
Yes,
2
we did kill
again.
2.
Wow, 1.
I was trying. Not confirmed.
1 and 7.
We got Billy and Dongle.
Okay, so
Not Donald.
Dongle's the one that you named after me. I'm feeling sad about that.
I would never.
Yeah. So, you've got Dongle in front of you, and what was his name?
Billy.
Billy behind
His
you.
name was Billy.
That's not him. Anyway,
Short for Will, it's Billiam.
yeah, no, negative. We're not doing this. All right. Don't respond to that name. Sorry. And at this point, Skeech, what are you doing?
I'm going to reach into my bag and pull out the glass grease grenade that I was given many moons ago. And I would like to huck that towards the large three-headed ogre thing.
All right.
So that's going to just create a d20 plus 5 feet of grease. So 16 feet of grease.
All right. You hucked it at the creature?
Yes.
All right. And what was your total?
To hit?
Well, I mean, you're just coating the area, or did you huck it at the creature itself?
It says that it spills into a d20 plus 5 feet of grease.
Okay. So,
when where shattered.
that area
I can
is-
roll the hit as well if you'd like.
Well, I wasn't sure. I thought you were hucking it at the creature specifically.
Yeah, in that area.
Okay, so you basically hurl it right kind of towards its feet, so it crashes
Yeah.
out. All right. It bathes the creature in that area, but would also catch Anna within that 20 feet, I believe. 20-foot radius?
It's
D20 plus 5, he rolled 11 for 16, right?
What was the radius on that?
there are conflicting measurements here because it says a d20 plus 5 feet of grease, and it covers the ground on a 10-foot square centered on a point. So there's two different measures.
Interesting. So we're going to use the first measurement
Okay.
on a centralized point. So what, 8 foot in radius?
Yes.
Okay,
I would
so-
like to exclude Anna from that if
Well,
possible.
because of the radius, it would not catch Anna in that. There's about 10 feet between the. So he is completely bathed in
Fired.
there.
And with my bonus action, I'm going to just throw a regular grenade It's going to be a 16 to hit the large guy.
All right, and a 16 would strike the creature.
Okay, so this is fire damage
Uh-oh.
after the grease bomb.
Interesting. I wonder what will happen.
Goodbye.
For a total of
No, this insurance claim is going to be nuts.
7 fire damage.
7 fire damage, which is enough to ignite the grease, which then also ignites the house as well. And
Wait.
is
It
was
burning
getting
up
cold in here.
the wall and the floor. Yes, it is suddenly much less cold.
All the pirates.
The ogre thing focuses through the pane and is still standing there. All right. Skeech, any more actions or anything?
That'll
that
be
you
it for me.
have? All right.
Quick point of order.
Yes.
Did Damon and Mary get to go in the surprise round?
They were not surprised by it, so I did not focus any attacks or anything towards them.
But they would still be able to go, wouldn't they?
That is true.
That
That's a good
is
point.
true.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and take care of you guys. What are you doing at this point?
And it rewinds all the grenades back.
Yeah, we'll pull those grenades back at that point.
I'm
see
going
what I-
to
Ouch.
cast Spirit Guardians
It just keeps
All right.
replays.
around me.
Let's
And
go ahead
I
and
will-
grab the Spirit Guardian.
Yes,
Nice.
I will roll my 3d8 for that.
Magical blender.
Yeah. You spin me right round.
That's going to be 17 damage for every time they enter. Yeah.
Roger that. And that,
I get
On top of
radiant
that
Yeah.
is concentration for X amount of time. Right?
It is 10 minutes.
10 minutes of concentration, I believe.
It doesn't say concentration.
It is.
I thought that one required concentration.
It doesn't say concentration. Oh, yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Okay, no problem.
They do need this.
It's just a game.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, and is there one within range of me?
Yes.
With my bonus action, I'd like to shove him with my shields and see if I can possibly knock him over.
All right. Let's go ahead.
It cares.
Just the thing. I don't mind.
You got so many.
Contest of strength on that. And that is one of the.
That's an 18.
That is an 18. I have an 18 as well.
Oh,
You
what's
slam
that
into
mean?
you slam into him, and he remains standing.
Okay. All right.
But he is impressed with the fact that you tried to do that. All right. Anything else that you're doing this round?
I think that's all I got.
Okay. Damon, what are you doing at this point?
Where am
May the one
I?
God bless you.
All right.
That's my life.
You were right
And
here.
also,
Why?
yeah.
I had the atrophy.
What- what's around me? I can't see the board.
Yeah. Can we go ahead? Do me a favor and let's put the map up on the large screen to make it a lot
Enhance.
easier for our players, please. So,
Can I,
in the
like,
tight
pinch
confines,
and do
David,
that
you're
with
in
the
the main
Etch-a-Sketch? Oh,
hallway.
perfect.
Ooh.
Basically, you're going to see where you are. Skeech is directly in front of you. There's several goblins around you. Anna is up front here.
I see.
Here is where the fire and destruction is going to be happening here in just a moment. There's Spirit Guardians going on over there. Behind Vaughn are where the orcs are coming in.
No!
And out here from this room is where other creatures are pouring in.
buddy.
Would I be able to make my way in front of Anna and stab one of the goblins that are there?
You would be able to, yes, actually you can, if you wish, you can maneuver Damon through Anna there. If you make a agility roll, I will allow you to pass by that goblin without the opportunity attack because he is currently stabbing Anna.
So the like acrobatics?
Yeah.
Okay, you said agility, and I was wondering.
Sorry. Acrobatics, my bad.
17.
17. Go ahead and place Damon behind the goblin.
Teleports.
There you go.
Am I within 5 feet of Anna?
Yes, you are. And he is currently engaged. That would provide you with advantage.
Yes.
18.
18 would certainly beat the AC. Did you do more than 10 points of damage?
Yeah.
All right. So, as the goblin seems very, very excited about putting some holes in you, Anna, the victorious look on his face quickly evaporates as Damon eviscerates this creature and leaves a rather slick, nasty puddle of goblin meat right there. All right.
Tasteful.
And that brings us through the surprise attack round. We replay the splash and fire damage and stuff like that. Damon is suddenly becomes very bright in here and very heated. You are right next to the fire, but it is not on you. You can see from around the corner where you're standing. If you take a look at that big map up there, over here is what's engulfed in flames, including that large creature. So, Skeet, you had your round. We're going to go ahead and move to the orc group number 1. So that is the one that... what's that?
We don't need to do that.
Yeah, we're going to move to orc group number 1, which is this group right here, which is the one that is by Mary. And this one is going to... And Steve is gone. Leave Steve there, but he's just laying down currently.
I thought it would be a good idea.
The orc is going to rush over the top and is going to engage Sky.
What is your problem? I yell at him.
All right. I have a 17 and I have a 19.
Both it's us. Oh.
And that is going to do 23 more points of damage to Sky.
Yep.
And he smashes into her with his blade. Moving over to Mary. That orc is going to engage you. Yes, he is taking damage.
Oh, yep. Overruled. Didn't see that coming, did you?
This is a different book.
He does not seem to care about that, although he does apologize before he engages.
He must be a bad guy.
So,
he is a monster.
Yeah.
All right. And with your shield, you're at a 19. You did not engage the armor of faith, so you're not at 21. You're at 19.
True.
Both of those attacks are going to miss, but you do.
I told you I did not
They actually
hit.
don't miss. They are absorbed by your shield as you push it in the way. His weapon brands up and bong, bong, and he seems very angry about that point. You see him begin to berserk.
I'm gonna smirk.
Because he's super not happy about missing that attack right
I would
there.
use mace.
That is actually going to move us to Mary next in the combat round. Mary, what are you doing?
Well, did he already take damage from my spirit guardian?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, I'm going to just hit him with my shields, I think. That would be... Yeah. Nice. For the engage the shield.
16 is the number to meet or beat.
Yeah, that's a miss. That's
Okay.
a big
So you
fat
swing your
miss.
shield, and unfortunately, it doesn't really miss, but once again, you're in very close proximity. He's swinging his weapon, you're swinging yours. It's kind of the reason he did not hit you, is as you swing your shield, if that's what's bouncing off the weapon at that point, it kind of reverberates off of you as you do so. Are there any other actions that you've got?
I would like to try and shove him again with my bonus action.
All right, let's go ahead and do a contest of strength on that.
Okay. Ooh. Where are we? That's a 16.
16 would win.
Oh, okay, cool. So he's on the floor.
All right, knock him prone.
Can I put my foot on his face?
That was your bonus action. At this
Okay.
point. You're contemplating adding insult to injury. We'll see what happens as we move around.
Yeah.
We're going to move to the
Use your
second
movement.
group of orcs, which is the one that is
I don't know
directly
if that
behind
counts.
Vaughn.
I count.
He is going to launch both of his attacks.
Counts in here.
Yeah.
And
Vaughn, you are struck by both of those attacks. You're going to take 24 more points of damage.
Am I within 5 feet of the orcs that are hitting Vaughn?
Yes. No, wait, no. Vaughn is between you. No, because Vaughn's between them, so it'll be 5 feet separating the two of them. He would be outside of that reach.
Every time that we get attacked, we're
Darn
always in
it.
an unadvantageous position.
It's never in our favor.
It's really inconvenient.
It happens sometimes like that. All right. That is going to wrap him up. I don't think that other...
I still can't do anything.
All
I
right,
had another
let's go ahead. Those guys begin chewing through the wall. They will take 2 turns to breach that wall.
What?
You can hear on the other side, future goblins turn towards the wall and look at the wall itself. And Reverend, you can also hear it too, as you hear grunts and groans, and also this axe blade comes through part of the wall itself as they are chopping through the wall to get into the hallway, part where you guys are, to create another egress out of that room.
Great.
Oh.
And that is going to finish them. That is going to bring us down to Yip Yip at this point.
Hi. So, just to ask, are they just all in a straight line right there?
Unfortunately, they're all very intermingled with your party currently. From where is Yip Yip?
Well, who's all that line?
Here.
Yip Yip is right here. You've got 2 of Skeeta's friends. You've got
I'm talking about to the long side.
Yes.
this side here. Well, you've got Mary and then several of these critters, but You could possibly angle a shot and catch two of them, the prone one and the other one that's trying to push through the doorway.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Give me a deck save from them.
The prone one automatically fails, the other one rolls a natural 20.
Okay. Well, the one that's prone is going to be taking 3d8 fire damage because I am casting. I can.
Yep.
This Scorcher spell.
Yep. Scorcher.
Yep, Scorcher. I'm just gonna call it that now. Yep, Scorcher. That is 7 plus 7 is 14 plus 4 is 18.
18
And
points
then
of damage.
wait, and then it's
Oh,
also
wait, there's more.
plus 5, so 23.
All right, so 23 points of damage. As your Scorcher licks him up, it sets part of his clothing on fire, and he is, in his rage, not seemingly affected by the pain, and he is just frothing at the mouth at this point in time.
Just gonna take a bit of a step back at that.
Can
Like-
squeeze back. Let's go ahead and move one of the goblins in front of Yip Yip
Let
currently.
me squeeze past you.
All right. Anything else that you're doing?
Oh, that's it.
All right, we are going to move,
Crumbling.
and this big guy here, and he is able to tear apart the hallway there and push himself in. And even though he is on fire, he is just literally crushing and knocking the superstructure out of the way, and is now with Damon and Anna. He is going to do a combined dual swing there, one direction one way and one direction the other one.
Rude.
All right.
How rude.
So rude.
I have an 18 and I have a 16. And with Anna, that would cross your threshold there and strike you.
Sorry, this is the big guy.
And with Damon, you have a 16, don't you?
No, mine went up.
Yours went up? Then it misses. Damon, you step back out of the way as this huge club goes swinging by you, and it almost pulls you forward a little bit by the thrust that goes by there. Now, unfortunately, Anna, you are struck. Go ahead and give me a strength or dexterity save.
Oh, yeah. Okay, great. Yeah,
You
we're
can
gonna
choose
go with
either one.
strength. That's gonna be a 27.
27. You are able to withstand the blow. It does not move you from your position and slam you against the wall, causing additional damage. But that is going to inflict 23 points of damage to you. As the club strikes and rips and shreds part of your armor there.
I was like,
And-
good job, Damon, with that goblin. Boom.
Yeah. And that is his action. He's still burning and on fire. And,
I think he also needs to make a dex saving throw.
Oh.
Okay.
And what is the DC to beat on that?
15.
15. He will cross the 15 out of 15.
Okay.
All right. At this point in time, that is going to move us down to Damon. It is now your chance to engage at this point. He is focused towards the two of you. You were just kind of in the way of the swing when he swung.
Okay, I'm gonna just do, I guess, Fangs of Death on this man in front of me that's burning alive. Sure.
Smells a little bit like
No.
a barbecue.
No,
Oh,
I might need the
no.
knife. The red
Oh
one.
my god. Please don't roll a red dot.
Please do not roll a red dot.
No, we're good.
Okay, we're good. We're good.
Damon, as you go to lunge in with your blades, remember he's swinging that big attack. That's kind of what causes you to miss the blow that goes on there. But as your blades you're coming in with them, the flame is so hot it causes you to kind of veer away at the last possible second, just because the heat coming off of this guy as he's crispy frying, almost wicking at this point, as the flames are burning and consuming on. Are there any other actions that you're able to take at this point?
Would I be able to disengage?
Yes, you would.
And I just want to, not too far away from Anna. I just want to back up a little bit more behind her, and I want to be scanning to see if there are any shadows that she and I can slip into.
I will tell you, yes, there are. At this point in the hallway here is relatively shadowed. The only real illumination currently are the spirit guardians, and that is coming out from the back end there, casting shadows and stuff forward. Plus you have the burning creature and the fire that's going on, which, while it is bright, it is casting pools of shadow as things block them. So yes, you spot several points of advantage that you could possibly make on that.
Yeah.
All right, we are going to move down to the next set here, which is going to be, let's push that guy out of the room. He is going to move forward, and he is going after Sky.
Oh God, no!
I have a 19 and a 17 to strike Sky.
What is it, 19?
19 and a 17, which, yes, pushes past Sky. That is 24 more points of damage to Sky.
Okay, she is still up.
All right.
Huh.
And she is howling right now in pain.
Yeah, she's taken 71 points of damage.
Oh,
Yeah,
What's
she
her
is looking
speed now?
bad at this point.
On
And
a scale of 1 to 4. 4.
that is going to bring us down to Echo and Sky's action at this
Oh,
point.
good. Okay. Bonus action. How many people are around her right now?
She has 1, 2 orcs, 2 nasty goblins, Steve's lifeless body, 1 of Skeech's friends, and that is all that is in direct proximity to where she's standing.
Does the disengage action remove all attacks of opportunity or just from one person? All. Okay, so I'll command her with my bonus action to disengage. And I want her to just run to... If she can get to us, that'd be great, but if not, just away from the enemies.
All right. Go ahead and Sky disengages. She's going to slip by the goblin since that's not an issue.
She has 50 movement.
Unfortunately for her, she would have to barrel Damon and Anna out of the way. But you can move the goblin and put Sky next to Anna and Damon currently.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and move the goblin and slide Sky over, which puts the goblin between Sky and most of the attackers, but still in reach of one of the other attackers that's already gone this round.
Okay, she's still in range of somebody?
Yes.
Then, oh, so she, okay, she'll stay there.
All right. What actions are you taking this turn?
Okay, remind me, okay, so that's an action. Am I next to anybody, enemies?
At this point in time, you can try to push past Vaughn and engage the orcs that are currently tearing Vaughn up.
Okay.
Or you can try to slip past the goblins and Reverend and Skeech. If you want to try to do some sort of acrobatic maneuver, I will allow you to move into range of the three-headed guy. Or you can choose to move over past Vaughn to engage the orcs that are coming through there.
I'm gonna engage the enemies fighting Vaughn right now, so I want to be within 5 feet of Vaughn and the enemies.
Give me an acrobatics check.
Shoulder to shoulder, let's do this. That'll be a 15.
15. All right, you basically grab Vaughn in transpose positions.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and switch the two of them.
Okay.
Yep. And Vaughn is now separated from the action by 5 feet of distance. And you are the 5 feet that's standing between him and the orcs.
All right. With my action, how many orcs are in front of me?
There is one that you can engage. The rest of them are moving back into that room and attempting to tear a hole through that room to get into the hallway where Reverend's standing.
Okay. So there's 3 or there's 2 in front of me?
One that you can engage.
I'm asking in case I cast a spell.
Okay, so from where you are, can you step back for just a sec? There is just, should be just the one. The other guys have moved back into that room and are trying to tear a hole through that wall.
Okay, got it. All right, I'll just attack him then. I'm going to make him my favored foe. And
He is
I'm
flagged.
going to Frost Strike this. All right. So I'll do the first attack. I need a red die for that one.
Oh, no.
Our rolls have been horrible today.
No, I'm good. And
Or you can
I'll
hang
roll
on to that if you think you're going to need it.
Second one. Wow. All right, that's a 10 to hit.
All right. As you maneuver Vaughn out of the way and begin to try to engage, unfortunately, you're just a little bit unsteady in your motion in the cramped quarters here. So while you do put up a intimidating display of blade action, it is not enough to strike your foe there. But you're definitely much more lethal looking than his original target on that. So he seems to be pretty focused on you at the moment.
Echo seems to be distracted by the fact his companion is on the brink of death. But in his last moment of wit, his third arm pulls this out.
Oh.
And what happened to the sheep? Oh, here it is.
Wisdom
All right.
save.
Everybody who can see me must make a wisdom save in a 20-foot radius.
Does he still have
Including
the
you, Vaughn.
Does he still have the white die?
Well,
I
you
see
can't-
you through
Hey,
blood.
do me a favor. Why don't you go ahead and roll the white die for me?
Okay. Red.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yep.
You couldn't roll it when it was your turn?
I rolled a natural 1 and a 3. I think that's pretty much the same
No,
thing.
no, it's not the same thing. All right, as you pull out the bag, this orc's eyes just expand, and he is like, oh, and is just reaching out for the string at this point. He even drops his weapon onto the ground, and it's just like, oh, and he is really trying to get the string from you. Pretty sure whatever his next actions are going to be are very much going to be whatever he can do to get that string off of your person,
Okay.
which may be pretty nasty,
I would
but
like to say the arm came out of my back this time, so it is above my head.
well, that,
Okay.
all right. Any other actions that you're doing
so
at this
people can
point?
imagine this. And that's all I'm going to do.
All right. Given the creatures and such that we have, let's go ahead and introduce some more friends.
Oh, wait.
Wait, what?
Popping down from where the stairwell is, he's going to land over by where but where Damon and Anna are standing, so right here. He comes down from the stairwell, and it is a chieftain of the orcs.
I believe
lands.
Oh.
It's a what?
An orc chieftain. He is decked out in some very nasty looking armor, and he is going to enter the fray at this point.
Is that in the area of the grease?
No, that is not in the area of the grease, because that would have got Damon or Anna at that point. He is going to engage Anna.
Cool.
All right. That is going to be... All right. Both of those are going to strike. And you are going to take 31 points of damage on that from the 2 hits. So his axe connects both times as hits on one side. You can hear something crack.
Yeah.
And he swings and brings into the other side as well. You can see the laceration open up as your armor plates kind of separate and a couple of pieces of the scale fall off. And it almost knocks the wind out of you as you take both those hits. Damon, you see the blade strike your friend next to you there. It swings right past you. You can feel the wind as this thing swings in. And it begins and the orc that is next to Sky immediately goes into a berserker stage. Will handle that on the next turn on that, and that is the only one that is currently affected by his cry. That is going to move us down to Vaughn.
We're not having a good time.
Having a bad time.
Having a bad time, in fact. But I know now it's not the time for. Oh, seeing that it's like working on the orc in front of us.
No, I'm just still dangling it.
I was done.
So I know Echo stepped in front of me, but can I still look and peer around that hallway to see where those other 2 orcs ran off to go start cutting through? If I just crane and look around.
Unfortunately, you would not be able to have a view of them, but you can hear them slamming into the wall opposite of where Reverend currently is standing. So if you're looking at the large map itself, it is right here along this wall right there where you can see axe blades chopping. Some of them are even starting to come through on the wall there as they're looking to make a new aggress. There is the cat-like orc that is very fascinated with the dangling rope, which, given where you would be in the rope from that, you would not be subjected to the save on that. You can see over and around Echo if you wish to engage with range.
Okay.
And you can look down the hallway and see the giant burning mass of some horrible creature that is making all kinds of racket. And somewhere up there, you're hearing the horrible sounds that Sky is making, just these howls of pain from her.
This went bad fast.
I'm scared, guys.
It's very tight. So I don't really think I could get around to get close to too many others. So you would hear me call out, Echo, arms up.
Which ones?
Both
All of them?
us. And from below, your arms, extend both sides and just do 2 arcane rays straight into the orc that's in front of you.
I pretend I'm shooting them.
One is gonna a nat 20 and a 26.
I would say both of those would strike.
I think Vaughn got all of our luck today. Despite rolling horribly.
Hey, I haven't rolled yet.
So max and then damage.
Didn't you roll initiative?
Yeah, I did.
Amazing. So that's going to be 20 for the first one and 11 for the second one.
Wow. All right. As you fire the first blast into the creature, the second one follows up, and they both impact the exact same point on this orc and core this hole from the front to the back that you can actually see through. And the orc looks super surprised at this point in time because now his attention is taken down from the string, looking straight into Ehko at the 5-armed creature in front of him. And there's this moment of curiosity on the creature before the orc falls backwards onto the ground. All right. And that is going... Anything else that you're doing at this point in time?
No. I won't
right.
activate anything else.
That takes care of that. And from out of the room comes the last creature.
Great.
Oh, no. You hiding, buddy?
Another creature? I'm sorry,
Ah,
what?
yes.
I believe.
Out of the room. and into
What are
the
we like
hallway there.
saving the best for last?
Need another
Or
Yeah.
creature, man. I think
Heading
we got
towards
one.
Matt, kind of in the same direction as Mary.
oh
He's
no.
climbing over the burning orc that is on the ground there that is berserking at this point.
Damage.
And he is trying to muscle his way towards Mary and is not able to get anywhere at the moment. He's now out in the hallway.
He's coming directly to me.
He's heading your direction. Yes, he takes damage from
Interesting.
the Spirit Guardians on that. And
Great.
that is his action and turn. That is going to bring us over to Anna at this
It's
point in time.
actually Reverend's turn.
I'm on the same turn as Vaughn.
Oh, I apologize. Let's
No,
go
it's
ahead
okay.
and take care of Reverend.
All right, so this is going to be really complicated. I'm very sorry. Who did I see around me that took damage? Vaughn. Who's hurting right now that I thought like hit?
Guy.
Sky.
Anna.
And
Bad.
Vaughn.
You cannot
Anna's
see
not
Sky from where
good.
you are.
I can't see Sky.
You know that Anna is looking pretty bad, and behind you,
Really bad.
Isn't Sky next to Anna and I?
but still blocked by part of the super stretch there,
That's okay.
unfortunately. But he can see Vaughn, and he can see Anna.
Okay. Can I see?
And you can see one crushed Skeech friend.
Can I see any of my other
You're all my
allies?
Skeech friends.
You see a whole horde of Skeech's little buddies around you. You see
You're
Skeech,
all Skeech.
No offense to them, but I don't worry.
and you can see Ehko,
And I can see Ehko.
and that is it currently.
Okay.
And
All right.
some strange lights of dancing spirits.
Okay, so I
like them less
yell
than you guys.
out to everyone, to the people I can't see, to Damon and Yip Yip. Damon, Yip Yip, you gotta get everyone else out of here. And then I do my shell game. And so Vaughn, Anna, Skeech, and the other person that I could see, I'm sorry. Oh, and me. I'm sorry, I have to leave too. Are going to get to move your movement without taking opportunity attacks.
Nice.
I'll get that
Okay.
area with our remaining.
And like just above table, we should probably book it, right?
Oh yeah.
yeah. Okay.
Let's.
While we're in
GTFO
our,
right now.
I become dazzly looking, and I say, get away from the big one.
Unfortunately, they would have to go through the fire if they're going to try to charge through the legs somehow or squeeze around that big giant guy. He
Foul.
literally is occupying the
Technical foul.
entire confines of that hallway piece. There's actually a wall and stuff there. If he has pushed some of it up and out of the way to allow himself to squeeze through.
What I'm planning to do is
Including
just
that one.
like. Wait, there's more in that hallway?
Yep.
There's more showing up?
Back there, move him to the backside. Yeah, he's back there with those guys.
Hey, what's the permanent occupancy for your house?
Somebody should call the fire
just saying.
marshal for
Yeah.
other
Their way. So I'm gonna. I'll do mine
Noise
first.
complaint too, honestly.
I just want to.
Definitely.
I can't scoot past the big guy.
I will definitely say you can give it a shot. I'm not going to tell you no, but you would probably need to roll very, very high athletics. Not athletics, but acrobatics in your case. I
Well,
think.
there's a lot of people in my way. I just want to go get into that little extra room there, I guess, to try to be
Like this room here, or try to get over here? Are we talking this room?
That one, yeah.
Yeah, where all the orcs are trying to shoot through the wall and get to you.
Oh no.
You can actually.
They're not in there yet.
No, you can see the axe blades. No, they're this wall here where you're standing. They're chewing through that wall to get to you guys.
Oh my god.
Guys.
So we can't. We're moving, but we can't really get anywhere.
We can go up.
I tried so
Your third arm
hard
points.
and got so far.
Okay.
Maybe we have to
Yeah, I'm
change
gonna
the
try to wiggle my way out past the big one.
All right.
Okay, great.
Go ahead
Oh
and
my
give me a acrobatics save, please. Acrobatics. This is skill check. Sorry.
Here we go.
And that is.
Do you need this?
You need the white
7.
die,
No.
a 7. All right,
And here we are.
Reverend, I'm going to ask you to roll any die you want to. Choose
Sweet.
odd or even, please.
Ooh.
I think. Sky might be
Even.
obstructed by like a table or something.
What did you roll?
It was odd.
It was odd. Reverend, you get all the way up to basically, go ahead and put Reverend there, standing between, right in the midst, actually. We'll go ahead and highlight it right there. So he is right in front of the ogre and the orc chieftain there.
Well, my brilliant plan has failed. Okay. Well,
We could still move.
yeah.
The others still can't move.
It may
guys-
not. Yeah.
Well, you saw me do that, and you're like,
Yeah.
now you get to do your movement.
Nice.
Go ahead and make your movements.
Yeah,
We're going to start
I'm gonna move
here,
Okay, great.
and then we're going to work
Teach
our way
you got a
across.
bomb.
It's just easier that way. Vaughn, where are you moving?
Maybe we could blow out of this house.
The
Regardless-
exterior walls of this place are all made out of granite.
Anna, what the heck?
You know,
Who is your designer?
around.
Where's the secret doors?
Right.
We
We do have nice wood panels.
We made Will mad.
If you
Yeah.
okay, well hold on. This is like a waste of your gift, and I apologize in advance. And I know that. Are you able to move this
Oh,
turn
you
too?
all get 8 temporary hit points.
Oh my god.
That's important.
That's very important. I'm sorry.
Including your goblin allies.
That old thing.
No, just the people I mentioned.
Oh,
can move.
never mind. They're not important
So
enough.
you're nice.
Sorry.
Do what you gotta do, King.
Yeah.
They just got named. Okay.
You're right.
Come on.
One
No,
more episode with names and they can get bonuses.
I do not move because essentially what we see now is we are the rear guard, and
Oh.
I don't think moving forward into a larger cluster for them to swarm
It's your
us.
choice. It's your reaction
Yeah.
to use if you want. Yeah.
I will use 5 feet of my movement to shuffle my feet and then stay ready.
You want to be able to position yourself so you can see into that room?
Go off, King.
Well, if you allow me to swap and get up a smidge, yeah, I'll do that.
Oh,
That's
God.
a whole army behind us. That's not good.
This is. Remember when we had like fun bubble gum?
I hope they like
and,
Fireball.
string?
Oh.
Can we go
better.
back?
I mean, technically, I still have cool bubble gum.
Realistically,
I
can
could
shoot
maybe
from
see what it
behind you
does.
If you're cool with this.
Yeah.
Unless you move up 5 feet, then I'll move up 5 feet. But I'm just gonna stay where I'm at.
Okay.
Keep it simple.
What route were y'all even
All right,
trying
Mary,
to go?
where are you going? What are you doing?
Okay, so I have questions, okay? First off, who in my party is within 30 feet of me?
Easily, I can see Yip Yip, 2 of the goblins. I see that Vaughn and Ehko, and that is all that you can currently see.
Not Sky.
No, you cannot see Sky from where you are. If you're looking at this battle map that you see up there, Sky is over here, and there is obstruction that would be blocking your view from Sky. Plus, you should be trying to look down this hallway of
Big group at the back.
orcs and stuff moving, and they are quite large. An orc easily is a foot or so over an average man, and generally twice the size in musculature and such. They are large
get
creatures.
So you don't get any actions or anything. You just
Yeah.
move. If that helps.
Yeah.
I have a wind wall.
Just movement.
You only can move.
I can only move?
Yeah.
It's a shell. It's a shell game. It
Red's
doesn't
turn.
get you any attacks or things. It is.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
That is fine. We all
Cool.
make mistakes.
where could I can't see the board? Can we bring the board back up, maybe?
Let's go ahead and bring it up to
Thank
full
you.
screen. Thank you.
Can you point where I am, please?
Mary, you were in the middle of the circle of chaos. This is the hallway packed full of angry
Is that
creatures.
the only way? Can I go left? Sorry, I'm not
You
sure.
can try.
It was immersive.
You can move through the goblins. You can move through where Yip Yip squares because they're small creatures, and it's not going to take you anything too much to get where. But you basically packed up against Vaughn at that point and have to try to push Vaughn out of the way to move into the hallway where.
There's Echo past Bond.
Yeah, or to move into the hallway where goblins are over there. So if you want to use athletics, I will let you force your way over there if you make the skill check.
Who all is in the chaos other than me?
You are the only
Literally
thing keeping
everyone?
these creatures from getting directly over to Yip Yip and the two goblins currently. You're also forming the shield wall behind Vaughn's back at this point.
I want to do so many things with my action.
Do that thing.
I know.
I can just run away and squeeze under people's legs.
So, are we all in a position to get out other than Yip Yip and I?
We're trapped.
We're all
Vaughn are
trapped.
blocking
Everyone's
the
trapped.
back entrance
not-
where people are coming in.
We're surrounded.
There are no.
There's really.
I don't really feel good about like leaving people, so I don't want to keep out.
You couldn't if you wanted
Let's
to.
go ahead and
Well, I know, but I could.
There's no
Acrobatics.
I'm going to start
Okay,
the counter.
cool. I guess I'm gonna stay put.
All right. Anna.
I'm gonna
The game's
move
mature.
up to try and be next to the Reverend, and if I can, still within 5 feet of Damon. Can I yeah?
I'm pretty sure they're pretty
I
much like
just
right
believe
next
it's movement, so you would not be able to knock Reverend out of the way.
Okay. Yeah.
Unfortunately, any movement you would make, you would need to try to push past the creature. Given where the wall is, there, Reverend is now kind of blocking your egress forward.
Okay. And I wouldn't be able
Time to start counting.
I wouldn't be able to attack around him. Okay. Great.
This is just movement and not an attack.
Great. Okay. Oh no, I meant
Three,
on because my turn's
4,
next.
5,
I think, or it was. On
Yeah,
the
it
board.
will be coming up
On your
here.
turn, you just
on my turn.
Now, on your
Okay.
turn, you remember you have your actions on your turn to decide what you're going to do. So
Yes.
you might be able to attack, you might be able to knock Reverend out of the way,
Okay.
something along those lines. Just
Great.
chuck him back over your shoulder.
I guess I'll move up between the Reverend and the
You can either do
And-
an athletic skill or you can do a acrobatics. Your choice.
I think I'm going to choose athletics for no reason whatsoever. That's going to be a 21.
21. You were able to push past the Reverend without causing any damage to him and kind of just knock him back a bit as you push forward there with the 21.
Sorry, excuse me. Thanks
And
for
you are
this.
now standing between the Reverend and the two nasty looking creatures.
Cool.
You lift up your cups from the shell game
Yay.
and there's no shell anymore.
All right.
Watch it what
And
happens.
Skeech, your action, please. Sorry, actually, your movement, please.
So since I am a small creature, I can move through pretty much unheated here, correct?
You are much more apt to be able to move around what's going on here. If you're looking to get past the big burning creature in the firewall, that will require some skills.
What if I was trying to get on the creature that's on fire?
Wow, that would be very entertaining. I will let you do a skill check on that. You can do acrobatics.
I will.
Or you
begin
can just
my
hurl yourself at it and guaranteed take damage.
I will begin my movement and run up behind Anna. She's running up, and I'm going to try to jump off of her back onto it.
That's okay. All right, let's
With
go
the
ahead.
frying pan.
Let's go ahead and give me a acrobatics on that, please.
Yeah. It's gonna be a 22.
22. So, as Skeech is prone to do, in a clutch moment, Skeech, just like when you were hanging onto that wagon there, this rage builds up in you with this, and you're like, "Ah!" You pull out that frying pan.
I'm going for the center head.
And you run up on his back, kind of using her backpack and stuff like that as leverage, and you leap up in there. It's like that moment from 300 where Skeech is just kind of sailing through the air with his frying pan.
And halfway through, I let go of it.
Yeah,
as
well-
I realize that this is a very bad idea, and I'm just gonna try to claw on
Unfortunately, where the camera freezes at this moment is you still triumphantly sailing through the air with this look like you really know what's happening.
Perfect.
do that.
So, We were moving down the table. Yip, yip.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. That was just my bonus action. I'm very sorry. On my action, I'm going to look at the big guy and I'm going to cast Enemies Abound.
All right. Let's finish with everybody's movement first.
Oh,
I need to get the yip,
that
yip,
was-
yip,
that was
yip.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yip, yip. What are you doing?
She doesn't get movement.
I don't
She
get
didn't get movement? Okay.
Yeah, I was like,
Just 4? Okay, have we nailed all 4?
Yeah.
Okay, my bad.
So
Then
he
let-
does that. He does an intelligence save.
Oh, wow. Strong suit.
Nice.
So should one fail,
He now cannot recognize friend from foe, and he will attack at random.
area of effect attack. Interesting.
So he will attack whoever is close to him, even if it's an ally,
All right.
perhaps a chieftain.
That we will see what happens.
And then I'm standing right next to him. I'm like, yeah, I'll take the good with the bad.
I will tell you, you are within reach.
Oh, I'm
of this
sure I am.
thing. All right. Any other actions or anything you have?
Yeah, I've done enough.
All right. We shift over to Anna at this point. Skeech is now currently located in midair above your head, not hitting the creature just yet, but as you kind of look up, you can see him sailing through the air as this moment is happening.
fire reflecting off the goggles.
He looks-
Wind in your white hair. Yeah. Okay, great. Great.
I do these huge.
So I'm going to be like, you are not invited. And then with my bonus action, I'm going to cast Thundering Smite. And make an attack on, do I do the chieftain? The chief, okay, yeah, and then I'm gonna attack the chieftain.
All right.
Yeah.
He hit you
As you
back.
cast
He did.
Thundering
I'm
Smite,
whispering into your ear.
you can see the
Yeah.
You're down there.
Yeah.
handle of your weapon begin to vibrate as it channels up on that, and there's also a little storm cloud racing around the head of your hammer.
Great. Okay. And is he flanked currently? Do I get advantage?
No. He is not flanked because that's actually technically a little hallway
My
he's in.
aerial flanking him.
No,
Yeah.
you're not. You're sailing kind of the opposite direction. He can he has a good view of you
Aerial. Like,
sailing through the air.
That's gonna be an 18 to hit.
18 would strike.
Great. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna put 2 smites into that too. So let me just grab 4,
Wow.
6.
We're hitting hard today.
We are crazy.
Playing for the fences.
Yeah, and yes, okay, great. Okay. Let's see. So that's, sorry, 1 moment, plus 5. So that's 10, 16, 21. Sorry, 28.
Carry the 7.
Yeah. Oh God, I was 28, 34, 42.
42 points of damage.
I think.
Big damage.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna hit him again.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, also he needs to make a strength saving throw.
I failed it.
Pow. He's pushed back 10 feet and is prone.
He has no ability to go back 10 feet, so he
Great.
slams
Can I try and
against the
hit him
wall.
into a wall then?
He did hit the wall.
Great. Good. Good.
Oh,
Great.
wow, he's lying down on the ground right in front of this really big friend who's angry.
Sure would be
Oh
a shame.
no. Sure.
All right. Anna, what are you doing?
I'm gonna hit him again.
All right. You are rolling with advantage.
Great. Okay, yeah, those are gonna hit. It's a 16 and an 18 on the die.
All right. 18 certainly makes the connection.
Great. How's he looking? Is he looking kind of rough?
He is looking angry.
Great. Okay, I'm gonna put another 2 smites in.
Change that attitude, buddy.
Right, let's turn that frown upside down.
Keep that same energy.
Okay, 15. Yeah. Okay, so that's 15, 20, 25, 31 points of damage.
31 points of damage. As your hammer catches him about mid breastplate,
Yeah.
the entire breastplate folds up and in around the hammer as it sinks deep into the orc's chest. And there's this splash of liquid that comes out of this thing that kind of coats the interior of that hallway, sprays out of its mouth, and it slumps, just stops motion immediately.
This is why you wait for an invitation.
Any other actions that you have this round?
I don't
Tell
that's
him.
it.
All
That's
right.
it.
Skeech, actually, nope, no Steve, sorry. Skeech, what are your little goblin? I think that, what do we... yeah, Anna brought up the end on that, so Skeech,
They
what's your
all
goblin
take
friend?
the dodge action. Because they're afraid.
Yes, they are.
It seems on track.
And that's how they spend the rest of this round. Top of the round. Before any of you can make any motion, Skeech, as you're sailing through the air, you're the one that actually gets the view of what happens here.
It's beautiful.
This purple blade.
It's horrible.
Comes out of the midsection of the giant flaming creature, comes out and begins to slide in a downward motion and opens up this thing like a can of corn is the best way to describe it. Fluids and internal organs begin spilling out. It looks confused on all three of its funny faces. And as it does so,
Very
it is
accurately
whipped back into the side and clears that opening there for just a moment. And standing before you is the woman in black.
What?
Excuse me?
Go ahead and pick it up. What happens next?
So just, all in black with this purple glowing blade on the right arm. But then unexpectedly, you hear this really deep, very clearly feigned voice, like disguising their voice, and it says,
"If you want to live, get into the room that they came through,"
and points towards it.
At this point in time, you do notice all around you, time begins to shift, almost distorted.
And the very next thing he's going to do, you see a hand extend toward Yip Yip, and Yip Yip is lifted up and very gently moved into the room and placed softly.
Oh.
And you hear the voice again,
"Get into the room."
Okay. Sweet. Do we have our full movement?
Okay.
At this point, you have a very short window for all of you to make your motion and move. The woman in black appears to be moving that direction as well, and at the same time, she is pushing Sky in there almost involuntarily.
Well, if I see that Yip Yip,
The goblins have fled directly into the room. They didn't even think twice about it.
if I see that Yip Yip's been put in there, then I'm going to run in that direction, even though I really don't want to.
She basically just got picked
Back
up
to
in the
back.
air.
Like, so we can see both sides to see what is happening as we pivot into the room.
Just gonna make eye contact with Damon and be like, wipe the gore off my face and be like, well,
now
following you.
And as you guys are running to that room,
yeah.
You see the figure make one swipe at the next biggest guy right in his way.
Am I still in
bugbear.
the air?
The bugbear.
What's that?
So am I still in the air?
That is a crit.
As you're sailing through the air, you feel that same hand snatch you, and the next thing you know, you are now sailing that direction into the room very gently as you land.
Expletives.
What just happened?
Fudge!
Getting that.
It's 78 damage.
78. All right. The blade hit as she's
have
moving
two
past
now.
this creature. The blade strikes the bugbear and bisects it without even slowing the motion of this woman in black as she slides into the room with you all.
Okay, so when you say woman in black,
It looks.
are we talking about
It looks like the woman in black. Let's go ahead and continue, please.
Immediately in a defensive position once we have confirmed that Skeech and Yip Yip are not dead and mutilated in the room because we don't know what would have happened in there.
Yeah.
Is everybody into the room? I can't.
Steve and everybody.
Everybody
has been pulled into the room with this.
Get behind me.
Even the dead goblins?
Well, even the crushed goblins and
yeah.
Steve.
All right.
You got 5 arms.
So once they're pulled in, you see the blade retracts and both hands go up, and in perfect draconic, you hear Miraspirium, and suddenly there's just a quiet, and you see all of the orcs and everything just pounding on an invisible barrier.
The opening that the orcs had made from this particular room where they knocked the doors off the hinges, there is that as you stated, this invisible barrier on that. And as they strike it, it shimmers almost like a rainbow effect for a moment as these orcs are pounding, and as they are striking the wall, there seems to be the same effect down the length of this wall as well. Please continue.
And at that point, you hear it, the figure turns toward you guys, and you hear Sanabitur, and everybody takes 21 points of healing.
Oh, cool. Okay.
At this point, you see Steve and the other goblins stand up. Steve's like,
Steve! As this foul-looking hand reaches up and grabs its own face and begins pulling at it, and as it pulls, all of the black and the face and everything begins to liquefy and vaporize as a mask is pulled off the face and all the black is sucked into it. And standing in front of you is a face that you've seen around Newtown. And if you even recall, this was the head servant at the dinner with King George. And he's standing there in vibrant, ancient elven and draconic armor inscribed with elven and draconic all over it.
Now, the interesting point of note about that script is you see the script is actually wavering, almost as if the script is unstable, shifting between elven and draconic. And the face itself, now that you're looking at it, not only do you recognize it from George's, you saw it at the fair, you saw the same face sitting your first night when you arrived at the inn. Please continue.
And he looks and he says, "My patron received a request from her father that she live."
And he's pointing directly at Yip Yip as he's making this statement.
"You must listen to me carefully." And he pulls out a spell scroll that has an inscription of a dragon and a V beneath it. And he pops it open and pulls out a scroll. And he says, "This will get you out of here, and you must flee. This was only the first wave. This is a trap." And he reaches in his pocket and he pulls out a monocle and he hands it to the Reverend. He says, "This will show you the way out. She left a key for you. You will not see it without that."
Who's she?
Helen.
Helen?
She's my patron.
And I unconsciously grab at something in one of my pockets. All right.
And then as you guys are standing there, the arm blade comes back out and he swipes it at the air and it retracts and he just reaches into an invisible pocket in the air and he pulls out a wooden sword and hands it to Vaughn.
Vaughn, you instantaneously recognize this particular sword. There was a set.
He says, "Do not say the name. They're listening."
What are you talking about?
And he hands it to you. And inscribed on it is Hope's brush. "You must think of the other. Do not say its name."
Where did you get this? How did you get this?
"I have my ways. It is not my time. I shouldn't even be here. You will use this scroll while you think of the other, and it will get you out of here, and you must flee."
Vaughn would look like he's holding back tears.
All right. I don't know you. I don't know if we can trust you, but you didn't kill us, and they were going to, so I guess we don't really have a lot of choice right now.
My name is Avery. You see me again, I will pretend I've never spoken to you.
All right. I guess it's fair enough deal, Avery.
Sounds good.
I mean, it's the best offer that we have currently, but I feel like we have many questions.
You don't have much time, but I will answer a few.
The orcs at this point are still beating against the walls, and as you can see, they are packed up against the barrier that's there. It's as if they can't actually see inside the room.
I'm looking though.
Yeah.
I'm going to set 2 smoke bombs on the ground with time detonations for 60 seconds.
Ooh.
What is your question, young king?
You said, he is so frazzled, he has no idea even where to begin, and he's frustrated that he doesn't have an appropriate amount of time to get all of the information that he wants. And he said, why help us at all?
Why the request of her father?
What does he mean to you? Who is her father?
What's the Gallus Rex? Who else?
Nailed it.
What's he mean to you?
He made a request of my patron, and that is all I know. I'm her spy master, and I will get out okay. You will not.
think we are handling it, you know?
You said your patron, Helen.
We are not of this world, and it is not our time. Do not expect to call on me again.
I don't know what that means.
You can see Avery continues to glance towards that shield, and at this point there is a bit of sweat running down his face, and he begins looking relatively nervous at the
I think
shield.
it's time to go.
Great, thank you so much for stopping by. Lovely to have you into my home. Sorry we couldn't give you tea. Maybe we should,
He hands the scroll to Vaughn.
Takes it.
And he casts Comprehend Languages on you. It's written in Draconic. It's a scroll of teleportation. Think of the other one. There is nowhere else that is safe at this point.
Why would I want to go?
It's not where you think it is. Think on it.
He looks to everyone else. Do we trust this person?
No.
We don't have a choice, Vaughn.
We don't have a choice.
He gave us healing.
Is at this point tremendously.
I look over at Avery.
Inward.
Avery.
Yes.
Ariel. She alive?
Ariel is my wife.
What? Oh, that's not a typo. Okay, that makes sense. Who is she? I don't know what. We gotta get out of here.
She is a half-elf from your world. I cannot tell you anymore.
Vaughn looks up. Did she give this to you? And he like holds on to the sword with his other hand.
Barrier now has a fracture in it.
Tell me.
There's a hand
Hellish
reaching
gave
through the
that to me.
barrier.
You'll have to ask her.
And he
You can
immediately
hear the sounds as the barrier itself.
Go!
honors Razor.
At this point in time, you all are engulfed, radiating out from Vaughn as he reads the scroll. You're engulfed by these almost like rays or arms of some energy, and it begins pulling you and changing reality around you, and you're sucked into it. And we'll join you after we come back from break to see what has happened here.
What is happening?
What is going on? Loud noises.
I guess.
And welcome back. As the energy waves spread out and pull you all in towards it, reality shifts around you, and the next thing you know, you are standing outside in the streets of Granitegard. The cold strikes you almost like a hammer. You shift from the interior of the house. Yes, it was chilly inside of there, but this is downright freezing, literally. As you breathe, the exhalations are coming out in these thick clouds. The snow is up to about your waist in certain areas. For those of you that are shorter, it's much higher than that. It is piled up as wind has been pushing it in places. Now, not the entire street is covered in such, but any exposed skin is certainly being bitten by that extreme change in temperature at that point. Now, behind you, you're drawn to the sounds of a cacophony of just terrible, nasty screaming voices and rage. And you look around, you can see orcs and other creatures pouring into the estate. Standing there, monitoring, it appears to be a perfected with a clipboard almost, just making some sort of notation or something. And this is far enough away from you all right now that it does not notice what you're doing. But as these creatures pour in, everybody give me a dexterity save, please.
Oh, hey.
We're all close to Anna, right?
Yes, everybody is grouped around
Great.
Anna. You will have the +5.
+5. But take me with you when I fail this.
We get a +5 from you?
+5.
Sweet.
That's dope.
Just gonna roll this one, I guess.
Wow.
+5.
+5.
+5 plus
Dirty 20 for me.
Let's go ahead and start the reader.
27.
27.
Oh, 20.
Anna,
Good. 22.
Speech,
Good, it's 22.
yep,
19.
19,
18.
18.
31.
26.
Oh, I'm sorry,
What are you
what?
doing? All right. You all are not knocked over by the wave of energy and air pressure that is as Anna's house and property explodes and is gone in this blinding flash.
Oh, her house is gone?
Rocks and debris begin to rain down around you and strike the buildings,
That wasn't me.
impacting on the snow. But in a moment, after the flash of light disappears, you can see what's left of the smoldering crater where her house used to be. Part of the bay now rushes in and begins to fill the crater. But all the creatures that were assaulting the house are also taken and gone, including the perfected that was standing outside of the gates.
What an extreme renovation.
I'm so sorry.
It was just a house. It was just a house. It was just a house. I mean, yeah.
Next to you in the snow,
Oh my
literally
gosh.
next to where you're standing, particularly Vaughn, is the wooden handle of something sticking up and out of the snow.
I think almost like watching what you just described, like absent-mindedly just reaches out, just plucks it out, and then goes to check and see if it has the inscription on it.
It has Honor's Razor. It looks
He
weathered.
looks dumbfounded.
It looks like it has been out here for a while.
What does it mean?
He looks like he's lost for words because we just teleported through here, watched a house explode, and found his childhood sparring swords that he like looks at his and he looks at the other one.
The
These were in my childhood bedroom. This belonged to my sister, and that individual gave this to me. What did they give you?
I unwrapped the monocle. It's a eyepiece.
As you unwrap the monocle, written on the piece of paper says, "The key is in the library."
Says he is in the library, and that person Avery said that we wouldn't see it without this, but it's just a thing of fancy folk way to be able to see.
It could be magic.
I put it in my
As you bring it up to your eye and hold it there, you feel a connection, a bit of a spark betwixt you and the item itself. Not painful at all, but almost as if you want to be around it longer.
What do I see if I look back towards where we stepped out of
The other direction away from
teleportation-
Anna's house?
Where we stepped out of the teleportation portal.
Because you're all still standing where you are. You're
Yeah.
kind of just turned in place. So you want to look back down the street.
Yeah.
Looking on Silverway Drive, down the street lined with very fancy, nice-looking houses that have fallen into disrepair, would be the wall that would surround the zoo down that direction. There appears to be debris or something down that way. You would have to get close to really make out what you're seeing. And there appears to be a large fissure in the wall of the zoo that would allow you to enter from this point, because normally what would happen is you'd have to come down and around to come to the front entrance of the zoo. But from here you can see a fissure in the wall. Echo, are you looking back as well? You freeze in place. Give me a survival skill check, please.
20.
With advantage.
24.
You see the tracks in the snow, and you can tell that the individual that left them was here for a while, looking, possibly observing the house, given what you can see from the multiple points of impact. And then it begins to walk towards the zoo. First on 4 legs, and then at one point it's on 2. And you recognize the paw print immediately as Algar's bonded beast.
Well,
Wait, I found something. Algar had a beast, much like I do with Sky, and it looks like it went to the zoo, but it's just something's weird. It's like it starts on 2 legs.
you can tell all this from the track.
Yeah, and I'll point. Right here, you can see where it started. It looked like it was observing the house, walking on 2 legs. But as far as I could tell, she was always a cat.
Maybe she could transform.
I think I only know one person, if even that, who could do that.
Who?
Was the Grand Master? Is that?
You're not. He never shows you that if he could do it.
Okay. Maybe I just imagined he could do that.
You were a child with an active imagination.
How
but you
big were
don't
these?
recall
Are these
being trained with
prints?
They're quite large. It's like a large panther, but bigger than that. Is she's bigger than Sky?
It's about the size of a Siberian tiger.
Oh, okay.
For reference to
Massive.
something real world that you can put
Would it
in
be
just as smart.
Would it be friendly towards you? Would it recognize you?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
We should follow it.
We need all the help we can get, and we had already previously decided that we wanted that going through the zoo was the least scary path to where we need to go.
If there's any shot Algar's alive and your father, she's the one who would know.
She'd
Of course.
We have to go.
Staring up at the smoke cloud from this explosion. Yeah, and I don't mean to rush everybody, but that's not gonna keep things away.
Yeah.
And the pirates are definitely going to see that too. So.
Oh, yes.
Everything.
Okay.
is-
Well, we should walk.
Everything.
Okay. Well, let me put the spell up again, and let's go. Follow me.
As we're walking, I look over to Marion and I say, "You asked if the beast could transform. Have you ever heard of anyone being able to transform into beasts?"
Have I?
Transform into beast. Go ahead and give me an Arcana.
Is this a thing that's possible to do? It's possible to learn its power.
Oh, not too bad. 16?
16. You know that there are arcane ways that people have been able to shift themselves, shift their form. That is a possibility.
Yes, it is a possibility. With the right arcane abilities, they can transform.
Well, I look. I kind of like touch the book in my pocket again, like kind of unconsciously. Interesting. Yeah, well, but that will be probably pretty difficult to do.
I know we started progressing towards this, but as we're like leaving the vantage point where we saw what just happened to Anna's house, what does Anna look like?
Much like that. Traumatized.
Yeah. Can I dump? I would like to dump healing into people.
So
Can I
as
do
you
that?
all begin taking steps, you notice something very interesting at this point in time. Aside from the damage that has been done to armor and maybe some equipment in the combat there, your wounds are knitted.
All completely?
Completely. Nobody appears to be harmed at this point in time. But you do have visible blood and things like that on your arms and equipment where you definitely took these wounds. And you can also see, there's a slash in Bond's cloak. You can see where the gap is in Anna's armor, where several scales have been knocked loose. You definitely were in combat. You definitely have taken these hits, but you appear to be restored.
Does it feel like long rest restored?
Not
Or
feel at all like a long rest, or a
Okay.
short rest either.
Cool. Just thanks. Just you know.
Does it feel like restored spell list?
Exactly.
No, it is not.
Oh, dang it.
I'm sorry. I know we want to leave, but there's the moment as soon as we start to. I know you're supposed to ask for consent, but Vaughn would essentially grab onto Anna and pull you into the biggest hug.
Aww.
And he would whisper into your ear, so hopefully only you could hear this. We watched our home get destroyed. I'm so sorry you had to watch it happen twice. And he would be sobbing.
It was just a house. But Vaughn, you tell me if I doomed everything I touched, right?
We didn't do this. This isn't us.
Okay.
And he would just squeeze. Which isn't that strong, mind you, but he would squeeze.
I like how you had to specify.
Thank you. I know, there's so much. Yeah. Thank you.
The honest tears are freezing on her cheek as they form. And you all begin to move down the street. Ehko, I'm assuming you and Sky are out in the lead. Damon, are you with him? Okay. As
I was gonna say Yip Yip would try to stick around the front as well, just to keep an eye out.
So you're going to be
for
my
anything she would
four
recognize.
people in the forward on that. Skeet, you take it. You and your goblins kind of piled up around Anna and such. Or where are you looking to be?
We'll probably be towards the rear at this point. It seems like Anna needs some space.
As your goblins are having a hard time moving through the snow, something surprising happens to you. You notice that Steve picks up several of the goblins and places them up on her shoulders and such, and begins trudging through the snow as another one's falling behind. She's putting them up there. Now, she's not that terribly concerned about them hanging on. It seems to be like their responsibility to maintain the grip up there. But again, as she's running into the next one, hoisted up there, not really concerned look on its face. It's kind of hard to judge what Steve is thinking because the eyes just keep rolling in opposite directions and stuff. But it's walking along, continuing to collect these things and shove them up there. And after a while, you've got this pile of goblins on scene.
I'm gonna nod my head and take a step back, bump right into the Reverend. Seeing that?
I didn't tell her to do that.
It would be really nice if we didn't just have a lot of questions right now.
You know what? I feel like none of my questions are going to get answered, so...
No. Hey, that looks good on you, though.
Oh, wow, thank you. I think it is quite dapper.
You look like you could sell peanuts.
If we make it out of this alive, maybe I'll stop selling potions and start selling peanuts.
If they're salted, they make you thirsty, and then you want a nice potion to refresh. Well, let's go to the zoo.
Because sometimes we are the zoo.
As you are tracking the prints in the snow there, Ehko, you again are confirmed over and over that this is what you think it is, because that rear paw that was injured in that fight still does not leave a claw mark on the right back paw. You can see the toe is still mostly there, but it's not leaving the imprint of a full foot, just like you had noticed in that incursion so long ago there, where you discovered the results of what possibly happened to Algar and Paladin Crassilor. So, approaching the wall as it draws closer, you can see that the 20-foot high walls of the zoo are certainly very daunting. Their imposing bulk is very much meant to ensure that none of the creatures within can escape. There are wicked barbed spikes that adorn the top of the wall, creating a very nasty and deadly barrier to anything that might want to try to go over in either direction. From where you are, you can see that, again, a section of the wall has been opened in some form of fissure there, obviously resulted when the mesa exploded. The sturdy granite has been fractured by a tremendous force. However, that's not really what seems to concern you at the moment. What makes you stop and pause are the spikes that have been driven into the ground, these wooden timbers and such that are sharpened, and they are obviously set up as some form of a warning outside of the zoo itself. You can see skewered on the spikes are bodies of the undead, zombies and such. Some of them are still twitching and moving, obviously haven't been there for quite a while given the snow and the icicles that hang off of their portions of them. Other spikes contain the perfected that have been impaled on them, and they come out from around the opening itself on that fissure. There are also stacks of corpses of both undead and, well, obviously they're not undead any longer, but the remains
just dead,
and of the perfected, and they are neatly arranged, so to speak, in these stacks. Like, there aren't any intermingling, and they have been set to either side of this opening. The perfected to the right, the remains of the undead to the left there, and beyond that would be the zoo.
You said the perfected are dead.
The perfected have been impaled on that. The other ones have been hacked to pieces or torn limb from limb and stacked up.
How many perfected?
Go ahead and give me a perception.
So small.
I know.
It's adorable little guy.
Small rolls, big numbers.
Such count.
21. Sorry,
21.
couldn't find it.
You would estimate somewhere 30 or so of the perfected total
Oh,
with all
wow.
the pieces parts.
Echo turns back and looks to the group and quietly. Perfected and undead on the spikes. Am I crazy to think that these might be allies in here?
What? At this point, I'd say it's hard to say, but at least if they're enemies of our enemies.
And
Hey,
I can't
guys.
fault their decoration sense.
I got a question. Y'all want to talk to some dead?
What?
I may have an ability. If we wanted some questions answered, perhaps.
To talk to the undead? Or to the dead?
I was thinking maybe more the perfected.
Does that work on any dead?
Yeah, like,
thing?
is it like only evil or like undead stuff? Not like family members?
Ron's getting very uncomfortable.
Anna's looking out to sea.
It just says not his. It just says a corpse of your choice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, no specifications.
Okay. Yes, we should talk to them. And Echo's just kind of looking at Anna like
Oh, it's good. Yeah. Water. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I think let's do it. That sounds like
that's a really good idea.
Look, it just occurred to me, okay?
That's her abilities. Yeah.
Stressful
and
time.
and honestly, another awkward family conversation? Who needs it? Who needs it?
Yeah.
Yip Yip's just gonna take on his hand.
Who needs closure?
No.
Oh, God.
There's for buttons and other garments.
I'm sorry, I didn't think of it sooner.
Don't worry about it. No. It's so good.
Maybe-
Yeah.
Vaughn, we can see that two of your compartment is looking to be on the verge of laying down.
Vaughn doesn't feel as like it's his place to enter into the conversation on when it's right and wrong to engage with the undead. So, we're gonna stay out of this one.
I'm not sure if we'll get many answers.
It's just an option. I'm just throwing it out there. We don't have to.
I think it's a good idea to see who put these perfected here.
Before we do that, do you guys mind if I see if I can get a lens or two?
Oh, from the
lenser?
Well, yeah, like I mentioned last time, we
Yeah.
came across one.
It's a marvelous
Sure.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna like start looking through the masks to see if there's any intact lenses.
Looking through the pile, you definitely spot a couple of possible candidates that still have their mask completely on and the lens piece of the mask still intact.
Perfect. And I'm gonna take the mask off.
Roll Constitution save, please.
Am I?
Can I get advantage because I'm a goblin and I'm just a
Oh,
nasty
absolutely.
little thing?
I will.
All
I
right.
will definitely allow you. That is a solid argument right there.
How far away is
Yeah, there's Anna within
10 feet?
At this point, Anna would be still in shell shock, wondering about her family. I would say no.
like 11 and a half feet, like I stuck out a leg.
I would say
We'll just go with an 8.
an 8. Right. You don't retch or anything like that, but you are completely revolted by what occurs here because it is unexpected. As you grip the mask and pull, the hat comes off relatively easy, but as you yoink on the mask, what you didn't realize is that the mask isn't just a mask. It is probably the skin of this creature now. And the whole thing rips and comes off the face of this thing, and decayed, nasty fluids begin to drain out. It looks like the eyes were actually inside of the lenses itself as you pluck and pull this thing off. And it is, if this thing stares back at you, it's dead. It's not really alive, but it is completely unnerving, and it is just a terrible smell of decay.
Well, that is going to answer that question.
Maybe we talk to one of the other ones.
I don't know if it'll be able to talk.
No, I mean not this one because it's
No, I know, because
you ripped its face off.
well, it's connected. You see, the mask doesn't open.
Yeah, I don't think
Oh,
they'll.
they can't talk.
You could try this one. I mean,
I don't think I've ever heard them talk.
Got an aroma.
Well, they don't seem very conversational, but I'm
No.
assuming this is beyond the mortal coil.
I mean, I would think it has to communicate somehow, right?
If we find any undead inside here, while we're like, because we're exposed out here, I think we need to get inside
Yeah.
the zoo.
Yeah.
We could talk to some dead folks.
That's a
inside.
good idea.
Inside the zoo.
I think we should.
I
You know,
we can move forward.
Doesn't get rid of the smell, but it can make it less messy.
So
No.
I think we should take advantage of your ability when we're a little safer.
Absolutely.
Just gonna throw that in the bag for later.
And into the glitter bag it goes.
Maybe
Right next to the owlbear.
this is a bit grim. I mean, okay, so assuming it can talk, and that is a big assumption at this point.
Right, yeah.
We could cut off its head and just bring the head.
That is an idea. I should have taken the whole head. Had I known.
I mean, there are 29 other perfected if you want to try again.
We don't need to spend that much time on it.
Head in the bag. Let's do it. Come on.
Okay, I'll do it. It was my idea. And I'll just chop off the nearest perfected.
I'll just hold the bag open.
And you
Without
hack
looking.
it off, and fluid drains out of it as you toss it into the bag.
Got my hand.
Ooh.
I'll give you some hand sanitizer.
It's not what you would expect from old blood. Is a black fluid as you see.
Blood exfoliating.
I collected all of that.
Oh,
Good berry essence.
I lied. It
Wouldn't expect
can't be
anything
undead. But the perfected aren't undead, right?
I don't know.
We don't know.
They're just regular dead right now.
These are dead. It's
Guess we'll find
It's
out.
like, are they re-dead or the yeah?
We could ask them.
Well, I think it's like, after you microwave something you really like, you don't really want to reheat it again.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like the
Quality
Okay.
I
Can
think
we just go into the
trauma
zoo?
bonding.
I think we should go into the
I
zoo.
think we're gonna get really close.
guys.
Yeah. Let's go to
Oh.
the zoo.
I'm actually
We're
really
all
stoked to go to the zoo.
so. Who of you are going through first, please?
I'll lead, I guess.
I'm like really eager to get into the zoo.
I'm kinda
because, as I
behind those
mentioned
two.
last time, I never got to go to the zoo when I was a kid, and I'm really excited to see the zoo, even though it's like burned down.
So it's probably Echo and Sky.
And based off of the last fight, I want Damon next to me, seeing as he don't get surprised by nothing.
So, Damon, I take it you are basically lurking in his shadow, correct? Roger that.
I will ask if I can just hop up on Sky because my feet are probably getting cold in all the snow.
You can ask her.
Can I?
She's a dog. She can speak.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no. I hope you know.
She does use feet perfection, though.
She does.
And Yip Yip, or she literally doesn't have shoes. She just has wrappings on her feet.
Guy comes by as you were having this conversation with Echo and literally takes your nose and kind of flips you up onto her shoulders.
Cute.
So you're kind of hanging onto the fur and stuff like that on her back.
Just give her a pat.
So,
Shy, not give.
as you all are first through, as you're stepping through the fissure in the wall, you notice how thick that granite fortification for the zoo is. It's easily about 6 feet across at the base itself. And again, you can imagine the force it would have taken to rip that wall apart from the impact. It's about as wide as two humans standing side by side, so it's not that hard for you all to pass through. As far as Echo and then Sky, they don't take up all the room itself exactly, as you're kind of staggered a bit, and Damon, you're sliding in behind them right there. Upon setting foot into the zoo, you can see the grounds were obviously laid out in a pattern that must have once been a very visually pleasing aesthetic. There is a large pond that occupies the center of the zoo itself with a kidney-shaped island in the middle of that pond there, and there are several structures on the island itself that must have served as the habitat for whatever was living out there. There's a footpath that is in front of you that you can see that circles the pond itself and goes around the zoo. Is about, well, you actually kind of make a guesstimate on that, but again, you can see it bending and arcing around from where you are. The footpath once would have guided the visitors, but right now it is a tad bit obscured here and there by debris since there has really been no maintenance for over a decade, helping to keep the area clean itself. To either side of the pathway, you can see that there are varied enclosures that must have housed the myriad creatures that lived here long ago, then easily set up for visitors to take in the displays and see these creatures interacting with their environment. But most interestingly enough, out in front of each of these enclosures is a placard that has, I'm guessing, a picture or something on it with some words. There are tall conifers and overhang bushes that are now crowding the path in certain areas that have swallowed up several of the small enclosures. The area itself is snowed, covered at this point in time for the most part. Again, it's not completely buried, but there are certain drifts here and there within it, and most everything has a white kind of glaze to the surface of it there.
As we're walking past these, I do a very Vaughn-like thing, and I pull out a notebook, and I look like I almost like don't know what to do with it because I don't take. Reverend Goodberry doesn't take notes, and I start like looking at each of the placards. I'm like furiously scribbling notes about them.
Just hand you my everlasting quill.
Oh, thank you.
Reverend, as you go to the first enclosure there, affixed to this little pedestal itself, you can see that the placard is a bit weather-worn on the stand there, and it depicts this very intimidating beast. It's rippled with muscles and covered with fur. You're not sure if the depiction of the creature itself has been affected by the passage of time, but the color of the creature seems to be these strange shades of purple, and listed on there is the creature's name. It is a Gonigal, and there's a write-up on it. It says, this relative of the smaller, more docile lunar monkey is a terror to behold. Any creature unlucky enough to wander into the Gonigal's territory is likely to face a horrible wrath. It will often beat its chest in displays of aggression before it launches into a devastating attack. Gonigals live in what has been described in text by the ancient explorer Jimon Giral as troops of 30 or more members. They are noted for displaying compassion and gentle care for their own kind. And when Ehko sees that name, he's like, that's the text that I read, the guy.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you ever seen one of these?
I think so.
It just in books.
Oh, just in books.
Again, from your explorer guy.
But it's quite interesting there, how they live as species.
Damon, this would be from down south, on the opposite side of the Dragon Spine Mountains that cut the Spice Coast off from the other half of that huge peninsula that comes out, is where there is a massive expanse of rainforest. And because basically as the warm, wet wind air comes in, it hits that mountain range, cools off, and just continually bathes that area in monsoon-style rains and stuff like that. It is completely different from your side where you grew up, which was the desert environment on that. And you've heard of these Gonigals before. It's not uncommon for people to be ripped apart. They were occasionally captured for sport and stuff and brought into arenas, things along those lines. They are massive, massive creatures.
Are there any other placards of beasties?
Not directly close. You guys would have to proceed out and around the footpath there.
This one's for the common groundhog.
Oh, a whistle pig.
Yeah.
I mean,
reminds me of Pavis.
I'll write.
Maybe we shouldn't look at that one right now.
Yeah.
I'm scribbling notes for like even like tiny animals and things. Just like
that is the only cage, unfortunately, you guys have come to at this point. Is you're standing before the pathway there.
Reverend has found more cages.
Oh, there are more, but you would have to proceed down the pathway at this point in time.
Did you say they look like a monkey?
They.
Or it's like a
You
ape?
can make a nature check.
Great ape, if you will.
Oh, 5. I know.
That's what their Latin name translates.
A 5.
You like animals.
They're not a monkey, but they look like they're related to monkeys. Much larger and more muscular than a monkey.
I am really interested. The fight that we were just in, some of the battles that we've been in, it's started to look real bad.
Yes.
I'm never going to be like Anna and Ehko, great fighters, even though you've been teaching me. So trying to figure out a way to give us a bit of an edge. Well, in my deciphering my Arcanist cookbook that we found in the master's office here, I found a spell. It says it will allow you to change into animals, and that's why all of a sudden I'm not much of a naturalist, but that's why I've taken a sudden interest in wildlife. Because if I could turn into one of these Gonigals, imagine how that could have turned the tide of the battle we were just in.
Just any animal.
I think, I'd have to know what I'm turning into. You know what? I think I should just give it a try.
Right now?
Right now?
Are you?
Why not?
I mean, we don't really know what's here yet.
And I thought, like, you know, if we're not going to do, like, raise undead right now, maybe we shouldn't try experimental. But, you know, go. Do. Yes.
Wait, I have an idea. Hold on. And I'm going to pull out the Etch a Sketch. Show me what you were going to do. You just got to think about it.
And I draw a picture of you, like,
you see the same picture that was
turn
on
into a big
placard.
ape and punching orcs.
Boom, boom, boom. Yes.
Sounds valid. Let's do it. I want to see it.
Yeah.
I'm going to lock that one right here forever. That would have been great.
How long does it last?
I'm not sure exactly. You know what? I say we give it a try. Let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Sure.
Because then, if we, you know, encounter some bad in here, you'll have a giant gorilla with you.
Well, maybe.
You're still you, though, right?
I'm not entirely sure.
Can you do other spells?
It says he punches orcs here in the picture.
Oh, yes, I do.
Best
see
way
that.
to find, Vaughn, I think you told me this, best way to find out is by experimentation. So let's give it a try.
Maybe we should passphrase. Like,
Okay. Well, stay near me while I still have the aura up, so that nothing outside of here sees you.
I want to walk over to the placard depicting what Reverend has just been like carefully scrawling down. I want to see like what it looks like, see what information was actually left. Reverend had to collect information about this to do it, so I'm trying to see like what exactly you've collected.
You have actually seen
we
this
have a video
many times ago of the Gonagle. You remember looking at one when you were a child. It was fascinating and scary at the same time, but the placard seems to make it out to be a lot more nasty than it appeared to be when it was in its cage when you were a child.
Okay.
It almost looked kind of sad in there.
That tracks.
It's like all those old taxidermy specimens where they take like a kinkajou and it looks like it's like gonna eat you.
Yeah.
all right, so you turn into this thing, but if we have your permission to knock you unconscious if you go crazy.
Yeah, I mean always. Right?
One over here.
I sort of just assumed that you had that in your back pocket.
I do now.
All right, it's time.
All right.
And I pull out a silk moth cocoon from my pocket, and
We should find you a new tailor.
Yes.
As the Reverend does so, the fragments of that cocoon drift into the air and then begin to wrap around the Reverend and encase him. And you can hear, as this is going on, these strange kind of cracking and changing sounds. But as this is happening, all of you hear this voice in your head. It does not come through your ears. You hear the voice, and it is completely alien in its nature. As it begins to speak, you almost feel violated hearing this thing talk to you. And it says, "Yes, you've come to kill us."
Come
And
again.
here's where we're going to end our episode this week.
Okay,
Still
knock my boy in a cocoon.
You still comprehend languages?
Join us
For an
again
hour.
next week as we see what our friends have run into here
I want that on the record.
in the zoo. And we will see you
Stay
again
now, quick.
next week.
Yep.
You have yourselves a wonderful week.